our live intro is 11 minutes. All right, so it is spring forward for those that don't know, and apparently we forgot to tell the rest of the crew that it's spring forward. So I think we're gonna have maybe Jedi doing his intros about an hour late into the show. We might have some other people strolling in later. We'll see what happens. We just sent out the bat or whatever the heck you think. Oh man, it's been
people in Hawaii. Hawaii just doesn't understand that, the rest of the world.
Arizona and Hawaii for some reason. I don't know.
Yeah, that's all right. And listen, I understand this morning. I woke up this morning and not knowing what time it was.
The chat did get crazy. I will tell you this: our hangout. We have a hangout group chat for shows here on Renovision, and the Star Wars one's been around for a very long time. Just we've kicked some people out of it and brought some new people in. But the Star Wars chat was very lively today. At which point, somebody might have said to somebody else, "I don't even think you like Star Wars," and somebody else said, "I don't think any Star Wars fan ever likes Star Wars." Hence our title. Will Star Wars fans ever be happy? So we will get to that a little bit later.
I'm happy. We had like the best Star Wars week ever.
You are an idiot. You're just saying that because you want to be contradictory.
Seven Star Wars was great this week.
Stop that, dude. Don't worry. We'll get to that piece of work. But there was a little bit there. The one thing that Star Wars did give us this week was across the board. You got a little sampling of everything, except for Boba Fett. So there we go.
Well, I'll tell you what. I got my thing coming. I don't care. Yeah. Look at the shirt. Look what the shirt says.
Let's see. Hold on. Fat? Okay. Fat is coming.
Yeah.
All right. Let's say hi to the chat and maybe the messages will get out to people and we'll see what's going on. Hey, Tommy Longbox, thanks for the sub. Star Wars Sunday. Let's get it. This party started. Pew pew. Cheers, cheers. Thank you, Tommy. It's always great to have you in the chat. We appreciate you, bud. Oh, Jeffrey in early. Loving the mech as usual. Sunday Night Star Wars. It is quasi-religious gathering of nerds, geeks, and those that wish they were. I got to screw up words like that. I can't act like I know how to read because then it doesn't work later for me. Where's S tier word salad? Yes, I have a feeling there's gonna be a lot of word salad going on tonight. Yes, Dom? A lot of word salad going on tonight. Good.
Marco's tired too, so he's got a lot of word salad.
Oh yeah, I get it. Yeah. What's up, y'all? Pound, put it down. What's going on, Astro? Thanks for the sub. Dusty Baker, will Star Wars fan ever be satisfied? Probably. I mean, dude, I thought it was gonna get it was kind of getting spicy in the chat, and then I think that was the statement was like, I don't think Star Wars fans are ever gonna be satisfied. I think that toned it down where people were like, fair enough. So Ed, why am I saying Eddie? I saying hi for Tommy and the algorithm. Thank you, Ed, for saying hi for the Tommy and the algorithm and for the subs. Appreciate it. Hey, Ed. What are we doing here? All right. You're satisfied? I mean, about to go back 20 years and you get nothing. Yeah. I mean, yeah. By the way, just because you have my whole thing, we'll talk about it later. My whole thing is just because you have a little bit of a criticism, how they can tweak something. That's different than not being satisfied. John is satisfied. See, all the non-satisfied people aren't here right now. So
John comes here to see us not satisfied. That's what John does. He's like,
he kind of does.
Happy. So
he kind of does. John does kind of do that. Yeah, you're right. Thank you, John. Yeah, thank you for that. Everybody's saying hi, Ruben. Ruben is what's up, Red Visionaries? Ruben is overly satisfied. I'm not satisfied with how satisfied Ruben is. Well, Ruben's if it says Star and Wars, Ruben already satisfied. Well, all he needs is
I know he's probably clicking his heels together with some of the stuff that might be coming forward. If it comes out to be true.
Word salad.
I can't do it all tonight. That's a lot of word salad and shenanigans. Calling it tonight. Agree. Dark Lopez is not happy with any of Star Wars. He literally isn't.
What's the movie?
Oh, that's about the Acolyte.
Well, because he's happy with a rumor that he started about the Acolyte. That's the only thing he's happy about Star Wars. But I actually say that to Lante, and I'm like, I don't know if you are a Star Wars fan.
Well, listen, I think Lopez will lose his shit if Plagueis pops up on the screen somewhere.
Oh, he would.
Yeah.
Dude, What's that? If Plagueis, he did already kind of, not really, but
No, he did.
kind of.
Come on, Marco.
Kind of. He kind of did, but not really. I mean, well, he did as much as he did in a comic book. I prefer. What the hell's going on? The chat had a whole. We don't even have to do that. No, Lopez. I don't like Lopez. I don't even know what Lopez is talking about. Lopez thinks he knows stuff and he just doesn't. All right, the best damn cast in comics plus Marco. Thank you.
Yep, that's right.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, you guys are mediocre at best, but it's all right. Make you all look better. All right, Dwayne, what's up? Darkseid is deep in the chat tonight. It is. Darkseid is hugely deep. The chat is. I can't even get through the chat. I'm trying to skip through some of this nonsense.
Everybody knew about the springtime ahead. Some people didn't.
Except for the people that are on the show didn't. Marco late because he's watching the Oscars. Dude, is the Oscars on? My wife, I think.
Yes, the Oscars are on tonight.
Yeah. All right. Well, good luck with that. And we're battling Oscars and we're battling The Last of Us. So that's going to be great. I just said now we're about to lose 50 people. Stick Boy, where are you? Stick Boy, Darksiders, assemble. Thank you, Sticks. Time travel? Wookiee fodder. Dude, I can't. You got the chat. Whatever you guys are doing, Dom's glasses are can't. Dom does have some sexy specs. What's up? What is up, Darksiders? What's up, Wookiee fanatic? I like those, Dom. Those are sweet. They look good.
Thank you.
VK. Damn, I haven't seen VK in a while. Mando, Filoni. Yeah, I think John's got the problem here. I mean, the funniest part about John is people now like Dave's even making fun of John. Right?
Just wait till we get to the news this week.
Okay, I will wait. Sorry, my bad. I don't want to.
That video I sent you guys when they were asking him a question,
dude. You guys, this chat that's over here is just as bad as the chat that our chat was this week. No, I didn't get that. You guys were going crazy in the chat this week. We got to slow it down. I'm getting older now, right? I'm not moving as fast. I've got to get bigger glasses so I can read these tiny telephone screens and stuff.
You just got to get one of those machines, like just Yeah. You can see everything real clearly.
They actually have.
I need something like the calculator that they make and the phone. Remember the old school phone where it was big numbers like this, big cards. That's what I need nowadays.
Listen, I'm getting older, my eyes are going, so I have to get the chain on my glasses. I have it down there, so when I wear it, I pick it up and look at the big numbers.
What's up, Cosmic One? Thanks for that. What's Chad got today? Fett came and went at a speed of slow, like a speeder bike. Yeah. He kind of did.
I'm very surprised with the that they didn't take long.
What's up, Justin?
1, 2, 3. The mission when we get to Mando, I was very surprised that it was a 1, 2, 3 thing.
Somebody check with that. Is that Jedi?
What?
Did you just hear the beep?
Nope.
Yeah.
All right. Somebody's got their.
I see Pete. Time change. Pete. No one reminded him why it doesn't do it.
Okay. Don't. You don't need to read our chats out to everybody. Nobody cares. Tyson E. I'm happy with what we've gotten. Okay, good. Somebody's coming out tonight. Oh my god. Ryan in the green. What's up, everyone?
It's gonna be like 20
hours. Can't even get through everybody. Hey, what's going on? Good evening, fellas. Enjoyed Mandalorian this week, and Bad Batch is starting to pick up general interest. By the way, good call, Wayseeker.
I was reading it. I forgot to read out loud.
No, you can do it. It's just like, why are we? Eric, what's up, Eric? Good to see you. Holy hell, Dom's glasses too. People like your glasses now.
Thank you.
Thank you. This is it. Brandon's the last one. Someone get Marco 2 Coke bottles. And all right, absolutely. No, if you saw them, I actually have sexy specs. If you saw them, they're like this thick, and that's with the reduction, dude. I'm blinded with that.
To be real, there is Boba Fett prescription glasses. My wife showed me.
Oh, please no.
Hey, listen, I like these, man. And they have a green tint, so when I go in the sun, it's green tint instead of blue.
Nice. Let's get on to news.
News is like 5 hours long, just let you know.
Dude, come on.
I warned you.
What?
All right. Big news of the week, not really surprising. We know that 2 movies got shelved this week. Patty Jenkins.
No, we don't know this. You guys didn't read this article.
What?
You guys did not read the original article for this.
It was Variety. This is the Variety said.
Yes, did you? You didn't read the whole article.
The original Variety article. Yes, I did.
The original Variety article goes, we believe that this may have been what happened because we haven't had any news on it, even though Patty Jenkins still says that she was writing it as of last week. So Patty Jenkins,
she's done, and we know the Feige movie is not going forward.
I don't care. Does anybody care?
Feige's in so much got Marvel things that he's got to work on. I think Feige got shelved because Feige said, "I don't got time for this." Because
I don't even think Feige. No, I don't believe the Feige thing. First off, time out. I don't believe Kevin Feige was working on anything Star Wars, anyways. I think he pulled the "I want to do something Star Wars" and Variety which has been tendency to do this. If you actually read how their article is, they said Kevin says that he wants to work on a Star Wars film. These would be the perfect Star Wars films to. It could probably be. This would be the perfect time to do a prequel sequel. If Kevin was working on something because he works on Marvel, he would do a full assemble movie in Star Wars. That's why they give him 4 movies. And you're like, and people take that and go, Kevin's going to get 4 movies, and you're like, no. They said in their opinion. Half of Variety's article is not half. 98%. It literally says after the first sentence, we think means this is not fact anymore. After it says we think, that's all bullshit that somebody made up.
I could honestly say
bullshit.
I think Kevin Feige did have something in the work. Wait, listen to me before you say, wait, something in the works until Marvel started getting a lot of downplay that you have to pick up the Marvel page.
JJ said there was some. JJ even Walden was going to write a script for it, and then
no. Kevin said he wanted Walden to write a script for it.
Walden said he was working on a script.
Hey, Patty Jenkins last week said she's still working on.
Patty Jenkins doesn't have anything else to do.
So when Patty Jenkins says some shit like that, time out. So when Patty Jenkins says some shit like that, she ain't working on nothing. Shit like that, though, he's doing it. Okay. Yeah. We just want to make sure that's clear. We want to make sure when Kevin says he's doing it, it's happening. When Patty says she's doing it, bullshit, right? Yeah, yes? Exactly. Okay.
She's just trying to say somebody's interested in me because she wants to do a project because nobody wants.
Here comes Double J. Yeah, and Patty Jenkins, as of last week, as of 6 days ago, was still writing the script for the show that's coming. Yeah, well, that's what I'm saying. Like, come on. I don't believe either one was coming anyway, so I don't give a shit. But I'm just telling you, that's like it's been like that for a while. This isn't news. You loaded news. You said news is extra long because of bullshit. Okay, next piece of bullshit.
So we also got the news that
he's looking to star. Oh my god,
he wants to be at his show. He wants to be in the movie. He's writing a part for himself in the movie, like he did with his other movie. So as he's writing and working on directing everything, he wants to be in the movie. So that's not surprising. Nobody's surprised by this.
Good job. Fucking ring the bell, damn it. Too early. We don't have time. We don't have time for the bell today, boys. But shit. Darth Lopez. Could somebody call up a Wayseeker? Call up Darth Lopez and please explain to him what word salad actually is. Because obviously he cannot understand the concept of word salad. Okay, let's go. Next up. Anybody care about this? No.
All right. Disney's going to reduce the cost, he says, on movies and TV shows. Going to focus on quality over volume. Said after all this news. Oh, here we got somebody. Jedi's coming.
Hey, Jedi, you want to do the intros? Do you want to do the intros? Yeah, something happened with our StreamYard too. It all reset.
All right.
Don't worry, he'll figure it out.
He talked about a couple things in this article. He talked about how he's already seen part of the Acolyte, some shots, and he said it's great. What else is he going to say? But then he said, if we're gonna our next Star Wars movie, we got to do right, which makes me think.
Agree.
They're not as far down the road as a lot of people are claiming they are down the road. Like they have a lot of people out there.
That's what I just said. That's what I just said. All these people are saying. All these people on news. The main boss says nobody's writing shit. He just said what I said. Somebody put Lopez on blast with his word salad. They literally the boss of the fucking company just says nobody was writing shit, nobody is writing shit, and those people don't have fucking movies. No,
he said there's he said there's projects that have been written.
And they're about to come up. Yeah,
he also said Jedi, they might not make it. Like he just
Jedi, do you want to do interviews?
We're gonna do what we gotta do.
No,
he doesn't want to.
No.
Did we hit you with this daylight savings time?
You guys and you mainlanders and your freaking daylight savings time.
Hey, we love to lose sleep.
I thought Congress got rid of that shit.
Not yet.
They did not.
They can't agree on that.
They can't agree. What type of toilet paper they have? How the fuck are they agree on that shit? All right, let's go. This guy, he's gonna get all over the place too, dude. But go ahead. He's sloppy.
This one came out this week with Favreau. Favreau stated that most Star Wars fans, they don't care about the original trilogy theatrical cut, and they're not interested.
John, dude,
not coming back out because most fans don't want it and don't care about it.
He's a fucking idiot. He's so dumb. He is so dumb. I've been telling you guys for 6 months. Well, I don't understand why you people don't listen. I don't understand. I've been telling you this guy's a fucking problem. Now, there's one thing we all of us Star Wars fans can agree upon. even the people in the chat, or even the JJs who just want to argue. Even JJ will not argue that we all want the original Star Wars trilogy cut. Yes?
Yes.
JJ, please, in the chat, don't even argue this. If you do, I mean, I can't deal with it anymore. Jedi, you want the original trilogy? Would you go see the original trilogy theatrical cut?
You talking about the original or 1977?
Yes.
I'd rather have it available on Disney. I don't want to go to the theater for it.
Yeah, well, either way, yes, Jedi. That's what we're saying, Jedi. We're gonna have a version of the original 3 back. Okay, they're asking for it, so we're gonna do it. Boo this man! I mean, John's got to get booed at this point. He's got to get booed.
Bad. This is really bad.
This is almost Freddie Prinze Jr. drunk saying that Star Wars is for kids, and if you're an adult and you like anything Star Wars, you're a fucking loser. Like, dude, you can't do this.
There's no reason. There's no reason for him to say it. And
he's such an idiot. He's such an idiot. Oh,
yeah. I wish that was the dumbest thing he said this week, but I'm not sure. We'll see later when he gets some other things there.
He hates all fans, Sticks.
Favreau also confirmed that Lucasfilm is exploring future projects that are post the sequels. So there are discussions going on.
Please don't.
Movie, TV show,
please
whatever.
Don't.
But they are exploring that time period in discussions right now. So,
you know what? I'll be honest with you. I don't care if somebody does that. I'm actually all for it. I've said it 1,000 times. Just don't let John do it. Where are all the people that were trying to scorch Catherine Kennedy? Jon Favreau really, he says everything you people were saying Catherine was saying. He literally says it in a microphone. He says, Star Wars fan, bend over, fuck you good.
Is Jon Favreau going to remember saying any of this?
No, he doesn't. He doesn't remember what he says ever. Did I say that? I love that in interviews.
Dude, he's an idiot. Get him out. Get him out.
He loves to talk. So this week, I know we can talk about this later, but Katie Stackhouse talked about why Bo-Katan returned the Darksaber to Mando, and so whether it's
it might be a deep fake. I think it might be a deep fake.
Belief is that Bo-Katan doesn't want the Darksaber anymore. That she has seen Mandalorians fighting Mandalorians for too long over this weapon and everything else, and that she's done with it. She's moved on past the Darksaber, and she doesn't want it.
You know, I've been saying it. I've been saying that I think that the Darksaber is the curse of the Mandalorians, and I think the Darksaber will.
That's literally what the armor has been saying for. This is the 3rd season now.
Once they destroy the Darksaber, that will reunite all the clans. That's the
destroy the Darksaber. What the fuck? I can't do it today.
At the end of season 2, Mandalorian, when she first saw the Mandalorian with the Darksaber, she certainly looked like she wanted it.
Yeah, we'll talk about it later.
She said in the 2 years that have passed. She even said it was 2 years. You know,
we'll talk about it later. Well, yeah, but we just heard that John doesn't care or know anything that he's talking about. Yeah. So you think John knows anything, gives a shit what Katie just said? Nope. If John gets a boner for the Darksaber tomorrow to be held by Jar Jar Binks will be in that motherfucker with the Darksaber. You quote me on that.
Well, if Boba Fett gets the Darksaber, I'll take that. But
it's not happening. Not happening. Everyone else said. Favreau said this week.
Hey, look. Hey, Dwayne said it just as he was saying it. Holy shit.
No,
look. This is the one everybody wants.
Remember I told you this last week?
Salacious Crumb might return in the Mandalorian or future projects. You know, he talked about how everybody who was on the ship that exploded is still around.
Him and Max Rebo.
So why can't Salacious Crumb be back?
Who cares?
We all want Salacious Crumb.
You know what? You know what we all want? We all want the original cuts of the fucking original trilogy. Nobody cares about this.
We still don't know how some of these people escaped. I want to see.
You don't need to know. Nobody cares. Why can't they just die? We don't need Salacious Crumb to be alive.
Salacious Crumb. Literally Salacious. What about the one frog lizard thing that was left in the tank that Jabba didn't eat? Do we got to find out where the fuck that thing is too?
No, but I want to find out how Max Rebo survived. How all these people.
Yeah, I mean Max Rebo. I bet you they'll do a story on. That'll be fine. But I'm not chomping at the bit, going like, oh really? Instead of a new episode of Mando, I want to fucking them. And I'm wearing a Max Rebo shirt. Love it.
I want a freaking Salacious Crumb TV series. Let's bring it.
At this point, who knows?
Who knows? What the fuck? No.
I guess my thing would just to throw some silliness into it, I guess. I mean, Boba Fett can't walk across the Tatooine sands without getting attacked by 6 armed monsters and, enslaved by Tusken Raiders, but yet we're supposed to believe that Salacious Crumb can survive.
I'll hit on that later, VK. I'll hit on that in review. Remind me if I don't say something.
Yeah.
Sorry, Jedi.
No, I agree. It doesn't make sense. It makes no
My
sense.
question though is, if they do these in the shorts, I think a shorts like they did with the Ahsoka Tano thing, make it even shorter. Do like 1s or 2s on these. Fine.
I wouldn't mind getting like the cartoons. Exactly. Come back cartoon form. Do something.
Nobody wants.
Maybe they missed their window for this.
Go ahead, Jedi.
I was gonna say maybe they missed their window. So like if when Boba Fett, or not even Boba Fett, if when oh God, what's the guy's name? The sheriff guy,
Cobb, man.
Yeah,
they're gonna
like,
do their
whenever wasn't it Cobb that who was actually on board the Sandcrawler? Was that Boba Fett or Cobb?
That was Cobb. Cobb Vanth when he got picked up by the Jawas.
In the real story? Yeah.
So yeah, if he would have seen Salacious Crumb on the Sandcrawler, like maybe the Jawas had picked him up and he was now their pet, that might have been funny. But yeah,
just do that as a one shot. Like instead of doing the
window.
Yeah, they did. They probably missed their window on that. All right, where's that comment? It's getting the bell.
Which one?
Snoodles.
Snoodles. Jesus. All right, guys.
Ring the bell.
All right, guys. We'll give a bell to the entire chat after news. All right, keep going.
All right. So this week, Iger was talking.
Oh, okay.
Looks like they might be doing some rearranging of the schedule, and pushing some other Marvel projects even further out. I don't know. They're talking about all this other stuff, but it seems like Ahsoka might get pushed up in the rearranging of the projects, and so now looking like it's late summer. Though they change these things every 3 weeks, so I wouldn't bank on anything. But I'd run it sooner than later, so we might get this thing August, September.
Thanks, Bruce, for the membership.
Well, you know what? Maybe late. If it's late summer, it's probably August. If it does,
August, September is what they were saying. Yep. So that's fine.
Cool.
Katie also says that Bo is not part of Ahsoka season 1. So
why would she be part of Ahsoka season 1?
I don't know.
Well, they had history together. That's why they're in the Clone Wars cartoon. So,
but she came out this week. Somebody asked her, and there was big news supposedly that she was not in season 1. It made no sense that she would be in season 1. So it's a good thing she's not in season 1.
Dusty, don't ask this question because John does not.
With the world between worlds rumors.
1980s. It appeared in 1980s. Don't worry.
Yeah, John said that it's at some time. It's sometime.
So I put one major rumor in here that I don't know. I usually stay away from the rumors in my news.
No, you don't. Half your news is rumors.
No,
Get the fuck out of here.
No, these are the rumors. Like there are like your things which you don't like, but they're variety.
When they say we think that is 100% rumor. It's not a fact. Go ahead.
No, but this rumor makes sense to me. The Mandalorian has already introduced the Skeleton Crew's villain, and so the pirate gang from the episode 1, that is going to be the main villain, supposedly by the rumors of Skeleton Crew.
Except for that, we do know because of the previews that there's a second fight.
Yeah,
between the
Mandalorian in it. Yeah,
and they're going to kill off some more of them,
but not the main one.
Oh,
I think Vane.
This is not. Hey, yeah. This don't sound good. Captain Swap thing is not what I want to see.
Well, I like the pirates. I hope it. That's kind of. I like that.
Yeah, I like the pirates, but I don't want Pirates of Caribbean in fucking.
Well, we gotta find
the Caribbean.
This is a brand new alien race. We don't know what kind of race he is. We'll see what happens. Could be cool.
I'm not looking forward to this. I'm not looking forward to
Jedi. Thank you, Jedi.
But what I found interesting is the actor who played Black K is the same actor that played that dude. So
that's pretty cool.
That's
play what dude?
Cool thing about
it. Yeah, they have a bunch of guys that play back and forth stuff. I don't know. Well, Jedi, what are you laughing at?
I don't care if it's the same actor.
Yeah, who gives a shit, right? Like, I don't care.
Anyway, no, I don't want to. The the Skeleton Crew does not have much going for me that it's exciting, and this is not exciting.
Salad. Shit, we got to do it. You guys are killing me today. What are you guys doing? What are you doing here, Salad the Hut? Shit. Oh, wasting your source is the same as Dom, dude. I'm just
wasting your source is Dom.
Hey, it is.
No, thank you.
I'm not, guys. You guys got to take care of the show. I'm just gonna read the chat this week because they're fucking killing
Unless it's
it.
Hondo, I don't give a shit about pirates. Unless it's Hondo.
Oh, Jerome hasn't said anything for 3 weeks. Somebody even mentioned space pirates. Hondo, Jerome's back. What's up, my man? Hondo.
I agree with him.
I mean, me too. I like Hondo too. I get him. Joe, what's good? Where you been?
All
I
right.
need a
Keep
yeah.
going forward.
Nice.
This is a Darth Lopez special. He was all about this one this week. One of the producers of The Acolyte that got fired within like 2 weeks of joining has sued Lucasfilm for wrongful termination.
That's because she tried to put Plagueis in the Acolytes, and they said no.
I don't know what happened, but yeah, she was literally on this job as director for like 10 days. And then they're like, no, I don't know what she did, but, you know, she got fired.
How does that make Lopez feel? Even mentioning Plagueis is a fireable offense. That's
really bad. Damn.
Oh, he goes out. Don't say it. He's gonna come back in the chat and just spew nonsense for the next 45 minutes.
He's gonna spit fire.
No, he does not spit fire. He spits nonsense. Just the most nonsensical stuff you'll ever hear. All right.
I think this is not news, but whatever. You know,
he'll go like, "Hey, Acolytes. So it's about there's Sith in it, right? Yes, there's Sith in it. So Darth Plagueis, because that's right?
Yeah, that's right.
No, that's not right. That's not right. No.
Yep.
All right, go ahead. Panel.
So we got the celebration schedule panel released. I put on the ones that I'm looking forward to. So we have Friday.
Don't be a Karen.
Friday, you got the big one. This headlines is the studio showcase. Which, if we're going to hear any movie news,
we're not going to see it. One. We won't see it. We have to find out when it drops on the internet.
Marco's done.
I'm done. Who cares? I'm getting all this shit bootleg. I mean, I'm not getting this bootleg, but I would suggest there's certain places that you can find certain things if you need to see them. Our coverage of this will be interesting because we can't re-show any of it because we'll get shut down. But maybe we got it. You know what we really need? We need like a sketch cartoonist real quickly that could like. Do little stick figures. Version? Yeah, little stick figures of what we can say. And
a courtroom. What do you call those courtroom
sketches?
Okay, so just real quickly for the chat, for the people that don't know, you can't ask for a bell. You actually have to be funny to get a bell. Just so you know, that's how it works. And the majority of the chat has gotten the bell so far.
I didn't put the badge art on here stick. Sorry. No, there was some cool badge art. There's lots of the news was I had like 50 things I could have put in here, and I just put like 20, which is more than normal. This
Hyperspace.
is like Mando season, celebration season, everything's going on here. But like the ones I'm looking forward to, I didn't put in the toys. There's 2 toys, things just for Dom coming in celebration panels. You got the Ahsoka panel on Saturday and the High Republic panel also on Saturday. I color coded the days there. Sunday, you got the Hyperspace Stories, Dark Horse Comics.
Is our hope for that one? Is our hope for that one that they cancel that, right? So they're gonna be like, we're gonna cancel Hyperspace Stories, right? That's our hope for that panel. Is like,
it's not gonna be it. No,
I know, but like that's our hope, right? We can hope.
Yeah. That's the only one we'll have before. That's the only comic one we'll have that's mainly on comics before our show.
Well, we get some of the High Republic stuff too.
Monday, April 10th, the Marvel Comics presents.
Marvel Comics is Monday, so that'll be after the show. That one.
I'm not looking forward to that. I'm looking forward to the High Republic one because it's the only thing that will get us views and clicks. That's it. So.
And the Lucasfilm Publishing is what I'm looking forward to. That's also
Monday.
I like to see the books. They haven't done a lot of book announcements for the year, so we're going to see some, I think.
What did Ronnie do?
3 or 4 books that are going to be announced, I would assume, during Celebration. So that will be fun. And there'll be a trailer for the Ahsoka for sure. So, yeah. We'll have to bootleg it, but we'll have some sort of trailer for that one.
Thanks, AOA. I assume AOA is handing out memberships again. Appreciate it, AOA. All right.
We got the cover art for Tales of Light and Life. This is the anthology where all of the High Republic authors are each doing a short story that's taking place over phase 1, phase 2, and post phase 2 up to phase 3, like right up to phase 3. That one is releasing on September 5th, and so it's still on track for that day.
So maybe we'll finally get the story of your gardener and your cook and your your janitor.
Maybe. I think we're gonna get. I hope we get Buryaga's story about how they recovered Buryaga.
Yeah,
That's the one I want. There's a couple others that I think would be interesting to see what we get.
Is
So
this
that
gonna be
book's
on
coming out
Audible?
September 5th.
what's that?
Jedi?
Is that going to be on Audible?
I don't know.
It'll be on Audible. All that stuff's on Audible.
Yeah. Also releasing on September 5th.
Just it's not going to be on it, but usually all that stuff's on Audible. So
This one might not be.
Yeah.
September 5th, the same day, is releasing Certain Point of View, Return of the Jedi. This is the cover art for that one. That will be 40 stories by 40 different authors. I'm looking forward to this one.
We are getting to a book review. We got a book review tonight too. We are comic one.
Yep.
We got it.
We got a book review. So I don't know why they're doing this, but this is something that they're doing this month, April, a couple other times. They released 2 books on the same day, and so I don't like.
We're doing one this week, one next week.
But they're doing that, and they're doing that again on September 5th. They're releasing 2 books on.
But you know what? I think what we should do. So I don't like reading the Certain Point of View. I don't know how you guys read Certain Point of Views, but I'll usually go around and read some of the I'll take 2 of the artists that I like best, 2 of the writers I like best, read those, then read 3 artists that I don't really know or care about. And then I'll put it down for a bit and come back. So maybe we'll do that. Maybe we'll pick some random stories and we'll just cover a couple random stories.
I think that's great. Yeah, it's easy to do that way.
Yeah.
I agree. We got news on the Galactic Star Cruiser. They are cutting down the number of voyages per week starting this fall. Demand is nothing, pretty much, and so
that's not true either.
It's
Jesus
pretty low.
Christ.
But they did say they're cutting it back, and they did say demand is way down.
Through the last quarter, they have sold out every single one. The problem, if you actually dug down to look into what was going on, is they do not have workers to fulfill the whatever
drop
cosplay
substantially.
Yeah. They don't have people working it. They just
don't have people working it, but the demand is not that high right now. The
last quarterly report said differently.
One I read.
No, the last quarterly report said differently.
Okay, I'm just telling you. The one I saw is that
I'll tell you this. I just looked at it because we also did. It's very funny. We just got a new offer from Disney for this for $5,000 for a family of 4 to go see this. I'm still not going to see it at $5,000 for a family of 4.
No, but they did drop the price.
I have talked to a couple people. We'll have somebody come in. I should have had him come in. He's a friend of Dub's, and he's been to this 2 times already. I think that's and what I do think though, they love it. They're going for their 3rd time. They've already booked their 3rd time. My biggest problem with this is something that they alluded to as what they think once again is why they're lowering it is because people aren't going back. There are people going back, but I wonder how much replay any of this stuff is getting. How many times do you go to Galactic Edge and see the same thing over and over? After you've done, how many lightsabers are you going to buy? Right?
There's some people out there that have a lot.
I know there is, but just with this thing, there's some people out there. But I don't like dress. I'm not a dress up dude. Are you? Is anybody here dress?
But you can't even dress up. They're doing the rules, but you're not even supposed to cosplay in Disney because
you are.
They won't allow you if it's a character that is in Galaxy.
Oh, you're talking about Galaxy's Edge cosplay. Yeah,
Galaxy's Edge cosplay.
But here they want you to cosplay and shit. They're the hardcore people here. Some of them are nice, but some of them I met are real nutbags. It's a problem.
Yeah. No. More Disney news here. Jon Favreau this week pitched a new Star Wars ride for Disneyland. It's a Razor Crest ride that he wants to see play. He's using volume. He's pitched it all out. What he's trying to sell to Disney. So Favreau wants to get into also Disney rides. That's where he's spending his time right now.
2 times. No, John, I know for sure he went 2 times. I think he already went through. We got to ask AOA. I'll have the guy on. He's really cool on what he does. He might have gone 3 or 4 times. The people who are going to that Galactic thing, they're not going once. I had to sit here and talk to the guy for an hour about him showing me pictures on the phone. There's nothing I hate more than seeing people's vacation pictures. I don't care, but and this is stupid. The thing you blew up. Can we
blew up. That's your right.
Can we just have a section where there's a timer? We get 10 minutes on all the dumb shit John's going to say in a week, and then we go move along.
Your article. Did he say it was going to be the Razor's Edge?
Yeah, it was going to be the Razor Edge. That's the one he proposed. The Razor's Crest. Yeah.
Razor's Crest. Sorry.
Yeah. He proposed it. So maybe they're going to rebuild it someday. I don't know.
And it sucks because he blew it up, and I like this ship. He should have had this ship. It should have freaking changed ships.
This ship should not have blown up. I agree. It was dumb that they blew this ship up. I like the new ship too. It's cool,
No, I like it too,
But this is Mando's ship. This will forever be Mando's ship.
exactly.
Yeah.
I think that's it. Is John not a favorite? He's not only that. Pablo doesn't like him. Dave started to turn on him too. Dave was like scolding him the other day, like, John, what are you? Do you even know what you're saying? Did he say? He said something to the effect of John, like, John, do you even know what you're saying? Like, you're wrong and you don't know what you're saying.
I think Favreau just talks to talk, and I think they're getting annoyed. They're not. People aren't annoyed with Favreau. They're annoyed that Favreau keeps opening up his mouth. Like,
John, I'm bringing this guy up for sure now.
Well.
We'll let him answer.
He writes Mandalorian stories well, but like, don't open up your mouth because every time you.
No, that's debatable. Apparently, if you read our chat this week, that's debatable too. Holy hell!
Yeah. But anyway, I think what he does well, he needs to keep doing, and he needs to just stop doing timeline and like all this other stuff.
Let everybody else worry about the timelines and stuff like that. Just let.
Yeah, that's where he gets in trouble.
Darth Lopez is putting a damper on the chat. It was fun. Jesus.
The Star Wars Hunters book released this week, and to celebrate, Star Wars Hunter expanded the soft launch in many of the different European countries. So if you're in Europe and you're watching,
still don't have it. Still don't have it here.
They added some new maps. I think we're gonna get news on release and celebration. I really do. I think with the book being out, you can't
just celebrations around.
You gotta capitalize off of the book release at some point. So we're gonna be reviewing this book next week.
Damn it, Joe!
Bring that
back. Dude, you guys are too much. You guys are good. All right. Yeah. Thanks for bringing it back with some good stuff, dude. All right, keep going.
So we got that one.
All right.
Here you go. Here's a rug for you, Dom. A Star Wars Optical Illusion rug was released by Swing Lion. You have this one? You getting this one? You pre-order it?
I want it, but my wife, where am I going to put it? I'm going to put it on the floor.
How much is this?
It's $50.
That's not
it's cheap.
It's not bad. This is manageable for a down budget. $50.
Yes, manageable for my budget, yeah.
Remind me about this later.
Yeah, I think it's kind of cool.
No,
I don't want one myself, but I think for a
rug, I think it'd be very interesting if MCM they did an unboxing of this thing and they got to see where it was placed.
Hold on,
I think.
Hold on, wifey wants to see what it looks like. She's coming over to see.
Yeah.
Yes or no?
He's trying to sell the wife right now.
Yes or no?
We can buy it. $50.
$50.
I don't care if it was $2.
Oh, I get this.
Hey, Nick. That's good to hear. Yeah. Keep them in line. Keep them in line.
Dom's definitely ordering this one now. There's no choice. That is the week in Star Wars.
Okay. Hey, chat, excluding Darth Lopez. Great job over there. You guys were killing.
Ring the bell.
I'll get the bell, except for him. What should we do next? Should we get to the book review or should we go to comic review? Comic reviews is just going to be a yell fest because
go to comics. I'll be right back. Go to comics.
Okay, good because Snores is not up first. She's up later. Bounty Hunters 32. Jedi pointed this out. Jedi, did you end up reading this or no?
I did. Yeah.
Okay, so whatever. They had this cover. It's obviously. Whatever Diamond didn't really make much of a difference because
it didn't. The thing I was pointing out didn't really impact the story, so
yeah, it didn't move the market.
It's still shitty planning.
Number 2, which is also pretty shitty, is this book, The Hidden Empire, the ongoing saga that's supposed to have all these tie-ins. The last one hasn't come out yet, and this book, if you read the last part of the verbiage here for the summary, says that this. You know, as you read last week in Hidden Empire, was it 5 or 6 or whatever? The last one that we have now. I'm not going to say what it says, but whatever it says, it didn't actually happen, and it doesn't impact the story. So it's like a triple mess up by Star Wars of like. Whatever.
Yeah, because the book came out first before the other.
Yeah, this book came out before.
Yeah,
it's out of order. It's just out of order, but it doesn't matter. This. Go ahead.
Yeah, it didn't impact the story. Like Wave Seeker, I think, said in the chat. I guess. The Hidden Empire issue, whatever it was, whatever it is,
who cares?
Got delayed, and that screwed things up.
Yeah.
So, and basically, in this one, the Fermata cage has been destroyed, which hasn't happened yet in Hidden Empire, but it has in this one. So a little bit of a spoiler in that the Emperor and Darth Vader don't die in Hidden Empire. So there you go.
Yeah.
Well, you know
Big
what's funny?
surprise.
But the last issue, remember Valance off the cliff?
Yeah, so that is messed up. Yeah, yeah. But it didn't really spoil that much of anything because this is actually they're being chased by Inferno Squad, and then they go into Asteroid Field, and this is actually a Zuckuss based storyline. He goes into some.
Like it. I actually like his backstory.
I did, but I have a feeling we're not going to see much more Zuckuss and Forlom after this.
Yep.
So they give us the flashback because Zuckuss goes into some trance. And then he's like nude, hanging out, and getting his ass kicked by a bunch of other Zuckasses, and they all talk the same. What's the name of these species? Does anybody care? Nobody cares. Okay, good. I'm just gonna call them Zuckasses.
The Gnod or Gnod?
Yeah, the gods something, but I'll call it Zuckasses.
Yeah,
So the Zuckasses, all the young Zuckasses are supposed to go out there, and whoever gets this plant becomes like the head Zuckasses. So they all run out there and. They've got these little stick things, even though for some reason they have an advanced culture that's not that advanced.
Well, this is more of his native planet that he's going back to. That's why. This is before. This is like this is past. I think he's in a trance.
This is a memory. Yeah,
it is. Yeah, we said a flashback when he's in the trance. Yep. So then, for some reason, the little young Zuckasses see a flower. Now, this is not. I didn't understand this much. If they touch, is the flower thing attached to this beast, or does the beast just protect it?
I think the beast protects the flower.
I got the sense the beast protects it. Yeah, that's the sense I got.
So we get a swoosh whoosh there and a snoosh, and then like one of the Zuckasses just gets, I think, annihilated. I'm not quite sure how he gets annihilated, but he gets annihilated
quick.
Yeah.
I actually like the creature. I thought the creature was pretty cool.
It reminded me of the creature from Book of Boba Fett.
We'll get to it in a minute.
My dad liked it.
So then the actual Zuckuss starts talking to himself in Zuckuss talking to yourself thing and says, now it's time for Zuckuss to go take this, I guess. So then little Zuckuss does, even though he's the runt of the litter. And then all of a sudden this thing comes out and starts attacking him.
That might be something about a Spider-Man too. It's like a freaking spider.
It is. It looks like one of the what are the things that hunt the totem hunters or whatever?
Yeah.
And then it starts going after Zuckuss and all the other Zuckasses. It kills some of the Zuckasses, as you see with the splats. But then Zuckuss ends up killing the thing.
Zuckeye. Plural.
Oh, Zuckeye. Sorry.
This is what they are. They're the Gan. That's right.
I know they're the Gan, but saying Zuckasses is funner, so it's more fun. So then they're like, "What's going on?" And Forlom's like, "Don't touch him. His heart rate's getting low, but it's okay because he's got to go through this thing." They kind of do it every once in a while, and then. Zuckuss ends up animal over the cliff. There you go. Boom, bang, boom. And then all of a sudden, all the Zuckasses start clicking and clacking and tapping for some reason, which I didn't quite get that. But go ahead.
I hope all of the Gand, if that's what I hope they all go extinct because they're just stupid. They're stupid. They're a stupid bunch.
You heard it here first from Jedi. They're all stupid.
Way to discriminate against Zuckasses. So then they start clicking and clacking, and they're like, well, now we're mad because we can't do the flower thing anymore because Zuckuss killed the beast that does that, which is probably the dumbest thing.
Well,
yeah,
I thought the head guy, right? The head
priestess,
whatever. Yeah. Like he was like, oh, well, you killed him, but you forgot the most important thing, which is the flower. Like, really? Okay, that's why you're dumb. That's why you need to go excuse.
Oh,
thank you for getting rid of this monster that's plagued our Zuckasses. But hey, you forgot the flower, so you fail. Okay, idiot. You deserve.
Well, I thought it was a two-part. I thought it was that he didn't get the flower, and that now they can't have the test anymore. Also, because it was their test to make them manhoods to be the leaders.
Oh,
yeah,
he ruined all Zuckuss.
He ruins all the Zuckasses testing. So
all the Zuckasses go moving forward. Can't be.
There might be some. Maybe there's some eggs out there that'll hatch. Okay, I didn't get that.
I don't want to know. I don't care enough.
John, get out of here!
Get rid of all of them.
Jeez, oh, peace. Jeez, oh, peace.
Zuckuss is too good for the lot of them. He's better off where he is.
I agree.
Ring the bell.
Go. They're all getting it tonight. Yeah, auto over. I know, right? All right. So next up, then Zuckuss comes back around. He thanks Forlom for it, And then they're like, we're gonna go to this planet, and we have to fix all the repairs to our ship, and nobody knows about it, but of course, Inferno Squad knows about it.
So can I make a quick comment here before you move on?
Please do.
In the past, I don't know, couple of weeks, we have seen a couple of comics, and we even saw it in Mando, right? Mando episode 1, where people have successfully navigated an asteroid field. So why was C-3PO making such a big deal about Han successfully, whatever those freaking odds were? Because it seems like everybody can do it. I don't know why the odds are so freaking high.
There's a lot of stuff in the recent couple of weeks that they've kind of that were supposed to be canon.
Everybody navigating asteroid fields.
Yeah, everybody can do a lot of things now. I don't know. All right, Star Wars High Republic.
The good news, right, is we got the solicit for the Bounty Hunters 34, and so this thing is they said the team is changing.
Oh, 34, yeah, they're saying the lineup's changing, but I think
lineup is changing soon. So I'm looking
I would give it 2 thumbs up because it sure does look like they're bringing in IG-88, and they're bringing in what's the one? The
Dirge,
kid?
baby.
Dirge.
No, they're not bringing in Dirge. They're bringing in what's that kid's name?
Dom guarantees it. Dom guarantees it.
They're bringing in Dirge.
We got the guarantee from Dom right now.
Dom guarantee it.
The guarantee.
Where did they guarantee it, Dom?
I'm gonna tell you. Go through the story first. When we go back, we show the comics. I'll tell you.
I went and looked at 34 to see what was
I haven't
inside
seen
34.
Dirge either, but they did
the new lineup.
People are leaving. People are coming. They're redoing the lineup. Maybe
no. It's the girl. It's the. They're
girl.
finally finishing off the storyline for the uniting the two clans, the Unbroken Clan and the other clan. She's the main person they're going to be doing it through, and they're bringing in IG-88 and somebody else. But whatever. Oh. Yeah, full panels. I know I gotta get 4 full panels. All right, here we go.
You're
Star Wars.
The best one for last. That's what I like.
Oh yeah. It's got 2 clips in it. That's it. All right, so here we go. Actually, this is pretty good. They the only problem with this one is I wish they would have.
This story was so bad.
There wasn't enough meat and potatoes in it. It started off like, okay, cool. We're showing all the things. We're going to fast forward, and then we go from everybody helping out the part falling and almost the Jedi's getting shot in the back to going back to turning one of the characters into God. He's just an unsavable character at this point, in my opinion. Viral. What's his name? Is it Mac?
Same guy. What's his name?
Yeah,
Wilmer Mac. Yeah.
Wilmer Mac, as we call him. He can't lift the rocks, the 6 rocks. You get like the long necked hand person going, yeah, Jedi, this is all your fault. We're gonna die, and all of a sudden, like some of the people were
clear, they had been impacted by the leveler, and now he can't use any force powers either. So, like, there is a reason that he can't do it.
Wayseeker knows.
I'm one with the Force. The Force is one with me. All right,
that's why they need more people.
Wayseeker, stop spoiling the comic. Stop it.
You're the one who's saying this stuff.
The hand is knocking it, but one of the other hand members all of a sudden like, oh shit, I don't actually believe that. I think the Jedi can save us. All of a sudden, we get Tai, Toe, and Tomb, and he's sitting out there going, oh, I'm going to help a lot of people. And then we get Dom's favorite going, hey, listen, we're going to put you back in handcuffs. And Pruneface shows up, and he's like, hey, aren't we supposed to be the guardians of the... Yes, well, we are. We're guarding the wills. And he's like, it's supposed to be guarding the Force, you bums. And then they're like, okay, let's go out there and do something. No foreshadowing there. In the meantime, Mac, nowhere close to the Great Leveler. You did say the Great Leveler, by the way. Nowhere close to the Great Leveler. Then all of a sudden, I caught that slip up, Wayseeker. You know I caught that, right? I caught that. So your argument's bunked from 2 weeks ago.
We just don't know yet for sure. But
okay, so the Great, as Wayseeker quote said, the Great Leveler is nowhere to be seen there. And all of a sudden, we have faith in you, Jedi. We have faith. We could do it. We could do it. We could do it, little Mac. And then Mac decides to have a flashback for the 800th time of this mistress Sith that we're never going to get to see till next SU again. And he says, like, yeah, somebody had faith in me too, so we'll be all right. And then all of a sudden, Tay is hand digging out the hole, and he's like, listen, we've got all these guys, but we still need to use the Force to get everybody out because there's a bazillion Force users, but instead we'll just start doing the mantra, I believe in the Force believes in me. Everybody does it. Oh, Poo Karam. There it goes.
The Force doesn't believe in you. I am one with the Force. The Force is with me.
Who gives a shit?
I believe in the Force, and the Force believes in me.
Whatever the shit it is.
Watch Star Wars?
Yeah,
Come
so
on.
stupid. This is dumb. You just said it's dumb. Now you're over
It
here
is
saying how
dumb.
great it is.
I can get it
But then they
right,
get
though.
out. But then they get out, and right here at the end, when you're like, "Cool, I want to see this," so they go back to the bar, the sanctuary, and the Twinkle Toe sisters are like trying to close the door, and now Mac, who didn't have enough power.
Just let them in. Those
Wait,
Twinkle
hold on.
sisters are
No,
terrible
yeah.
bouncers.
No, Mac, who didn't have enough power to push the rocks for some reason, though, has enough power to stop the Twinkle sisters and these huge doors in their steps. Enough Jedi Force power to do all that and piss off the bartender owner and say, now it is going to be a sanctuary. We're throwing all the kids in. And then they stop it. It was like the end. The beginning was good. The end was good. The middle part was just stupid. All
This
right.
is more like the ending was like a filler part. Next issue should be interesting.
Shared?
So I think the insider story from 216 takes place directly before this comic.
Yeah.
Because
Okay.
they're closing down the bar at the end of 20.
Yeah.
At the end of the insider story.
We'll get to next week, but we're going to be all in the sanctuary. So
So just to let you know, if you're reading the insider, where the timeline takes place. So
all right.
here you go.
At least get the shit straight. Who cares? Okay, Snoros.
Greatest comic in.
Snoros number
It was
2.
pretty good. I
It
enjoyed
was a
it.
good comic. It was a really good comic.
Snoros number 2. Here we go.
This one gives us. This would be like a 1 seed to me in the High Republic first appearances too.
So let's listen to how garbage, like Wayseeker spot. He can't even keep a straight face because he knows this is not good.
No,
First
it was good. It was really good. I
First
really think
off,
it's
the pregnant sister all of a sudden, don't go anywhere. Yeah, next thing you know, gets caught on a computer. Oh, we're gonna bust you. No, go talk to my husband. I felt bad. Oh yeah, your guys are best. This is stupid. Dumb. Grandmama's yelling at the two. Blah 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 blah. All of a sudden, they just randomly have some guy there who's attacking them, but they can use that guy for one reason, so they can do a flashback to show Dr. Afra. That was the whole point of these fucking 4
she
pages.
took Dr. Afra from him.
Yeah.
If you read
I
it,
thought that was funny.
I did read it, but they did 4 pages. That's funny.
Afra is pretending to be Santa Staros, like because
Yeah.
she doesn't want to get caught. I thought that was pretty clever. So this guy thinks that Santa Staros took his girlfriend when actually it was Afra that took his girlfriend.
Yeah.
Because Afra was pretending and said her name was Santa Staros.
So they needed Afro to prop this book up because this book is
No,
good.
no.
Once
I
again,
mean, it's also
they do because then 2 pages
Afra
later.
fully over Santa Staros.
Okay, yeah. So 2 after they blast this guy out who had no purpose in this book at all. Then they do another flashback because, of course, somebody had to mention the brother or the cousin or whoever the heck. Who is this person? Who cares? Nobody cares. And then we get another flashback of Afra again.
Are you not getting to the first appearance? You're just skipping over the great first
Because
appearance.
it's not a great first appearance.
It is too. We love Evan Staros. Evan's great. She's amazing.
What?
I love Evan Staros.
I'm sorry, Dom. What are you? I mean, Wayseeker. What are you saying?
You don't like Evan Staros from the book?
I'm sorry.
Wait,
Dom, what are you saying?
Have we heard of this Avon Staros before?
Yeah, she was in 2 books from the High Republic, Phase 1.
Yeah, not great in either. Yeah.
She
So
was really good.
so rememberable. No, she was in one of the shit ass relationships that we had a problem with. Number 2,
she wasn't.
so rememberable that Jedi Johnson forgot that she was that she was even around and part of the.
She's the one that creates droids. She goes around with Vernestra. Vernestra always
that's
protects her.
yeah. Mm-hmm.
And so Vernestra always protects her. She's always getting in trouble because she has that droid that she modified that can like do all these crazy things in the books.
And nobody. You're
He then
trying
gets
to sell it.
kidnapped.
You're literally
in the
trying to
second
sell
book,
it. Look at
right?
Jedi's face. Look at Jedi's face. The
She
more
gets
words you're
kidnapped by
saying,
Diva Lompop. Diva Lompop
he-
is the one that
oh, that's bullshit. You can't do that. You cannot try to use that up. But by saying, because he likes Diva Lompop. We'll get to that portion.
She got kidnapped by Diva Lompop.
She
And that's
did.
where I think the connection of where, like, when the end here, like anti-Diva, like there's a connection between the families because we know Diva kidnapped Avon Staros.
So this is a terrible book. Like I said.
No.
So then at the end, they go back to go ahead, Dom. They go back to pregnant.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
No, the page that you had the last page you had.
This one right here with the pregnant girl.
Well, the third panel on the bottom right here reminds me of them like going to like a New York City apartment. She has jeans on, a regular shirt. It looks like a regular.
Where they do the flashback again of Afra to try to sell you on this book. Yeah, I get it.
No, I'm just saying it's pretty good.
You're right, though. You are right. okay, and then they do this. Then they say like they do the Starfall thing.
And
They do she was part of F and Ness's group. You know what I mean? They literally threw as many.
I like Diva Lamb.
As many Easter egg things. This had more Easter eggs in it than a Jon Favreau fucking TV show, dude. They literally just put every fucking thing they could in this fucking thing.
I could actually say
there's no pop.
I like it, Liam Pop, when she's looking all elegant. And
I do gotta say that I did like that, and I do think it was kind of clever at the end.
Always loves human males, if you notice. Like I was telling Waveseeker when we first got on the before we came on, the human males. She dates human males and then eats them.
Yes.
I like that.
Like the way they taste.
Yeah. Yeah.
There you go.
All right, I have some questions for Wayseeker though. So
Please do.
Okay, first of all, I did not hate this comic. All right, I did not hate it. I didn't hate it. I do have some questions though. So, does the pregnant sister? Does she actually love this Imperial officer? I mean, how did that happen? I don't understand how that.
That's what I'm saying. It makes no sense.
So somehow she. We
I
haven't got the story yet. We don't know. They might not tell us the story.
Okay, all right,
She-
no, that's
she
a
unlocked-
fair answer.
There you go. Good answer. All right, go ahead, Jed. I have question number 2.
Staros's
Question number 2.
crystals, because that's what she was working on in that book. She was working on how to use kyber crystals.
Okay.
For experimental. So
All right.
clearly,
So my next question was, so obviously I forgot about this Avon lady. Okay, so her previous appearances or whatever.
It was
So
in the High Republic book, no, last phase.
my fear is, and I'm probably wrong on this, but I just hope they don't go down the road and just to make this a little more provocative, I guess, conversation a little bit. But my concern is where it might be heading is that they're going to make Avon Staros the actual pioneer of cyber crystal weaponry technology instead of Galen Urso. If they try to steal that from Galen, I'm going to be kind of pissed because
well,
I
they
think
kind
that's
of did that
bullshit.
already in the book that we read.
Yeah, no, that's not the only thing they're doing. They're also stealing Dr. Afra being the one who's actually going out there. There's parts in here we're referencing that she's now the person going after rare artifacts and get like this whole book is a conglomerate of all other good stories that they fucking just are slapping together. It really is. It's not
in that
it
book.
is, and Seeker won't admit it, but he knows that that's
I
what it
actually
is.
don't agree. I actually really like it.
Well, you're wrong then, because that's
fine. You can think I'm wrong. I can like what I like.
Wait, hold on. Did they mention? So they mentioned the Geo thing. They mentioned Rogue One. They mentioned Han Solo's story in here. They did the Dr. Afra thing in here. They went back and did a Lone Pop thing in here. They did a High Republic thing in here. They did a Han Solo flying in the plane thing here. They did a using the secondary weapon with Luke Skywalker in the ball thing here. So what are you disagreeing with?
It's not that I don't.
They did all that, right?
It was a good story. I like the Star Wars.
They did all that, right?
Who cares what they did about all that stuff?
Okay. I'm just asking you if that's what they did, because that's what Jedi just said he doesn't want them to do, and that's exactly what they did.
They already went down that road with Avon. That book was all about Avon learning from somebody who was a crazy woman who kidnapped her because they were working on kyber crystal technology that she got and stole from Vernestra, whatever.
Dude,
Vernestra,
if they do this, if they end up showing up on Jerry Springer, and then they have to go to like what's Judge Judy to get child support? I would love that story. All right.
So I'm just saying this is something that has been going down for almost over a year now. So that's not new. And I'm glad to see it brought up. I am interested to see how she gets kidnapped again and what happens to her. That's clearly going to be part of phase 3. We're going to get an Ireland Avon story, which is great.
Yeah.
You don't have to like it.
Nobody is clamoring for Ireland stories. Definitely not an Ireland Avar story. This is what I'm saying. You're trying to sell bullshit.
I like it. I'm looking forward.
Bullshit
Vernestra's one
meter.
of my favorite characters from High Republic Phase 1. And Vernestra and Avon's story are interconnected.
But Nestra's good-ish. It was ruined by Ireland. We all discussed that when we read that book. Now you change your opinion.
I wasn't part of
I
it.
get it. We all can agree. I get it. We're moving on from that.
Getting a freaking Diva Lamb Pop limited series. That's all I want to know.
We're not. They're using everything for the series. The Snorres comic book is just trying to suck up everything. So it's a black hole Sarlacc pit of garbage.
I hope
next
the
week-
Star Wars comic keeps going forward. This is my best read of the week. The High Republic book was not that good. As
Dude.
much as the Zuckus story was a backstory, I didn't care about Zuckus.
Dude, none of the books were that good this week.
That was-
Because
that was-
you're acting like it was a high bar. Like when the bar is literally a 1 foot jump, like none of it takes back. And by the way, it was the third best book. That's why I was in the third position today. High Republic, Star Wars coming back out. Luckily, we'll have something good to read next week. And two good things, as a matter of fact. We'll get Yoda. Hey, look, Darth Lopez. It's baby Grogu, right? Isn't that right, Wayseeker? Baby Grogu on the second one? That's right, isn't it?
Poor Lopez.
No, that's not Grogu. That's
You're
our
never
friend.
gonna live him down. Live down.
No, I'm never gonna let that. I'm never gonna let that down. Such a Star Wars fan. Either way, it does look interesting, though. I'm gonna tell you this: it does look interesting, and it looks like they're gonna give us the backstory on how what's his name or what's her name? Giara. What's her name? Gaia.
Gayer,
whatever.
I don't know how you pronounce it.
The
Anyway,
tradition.
Yeah.
It's going to give us a background on how
satisfied, Marco. Be satisfied. We got a good Star Wars story this week.
we got two good Star Wars stories next week. Yes, I am satisfied about that.
We
We are
also
going to
got-
hit
We also got another one next week, right?
these two. Well, we got this. You didn't listen.
We
High
got one more.
Republic,
We got one more, right?
Yoda. Hold
Yeah.
on, and then we're getting the repeat for Blade.
No, I thought we are getting a third. Are we only getting two next week? You might be right.
Yeah, we're getting two next week. FOC could get it for this, but it's
Second correct? Okay.
for some reason Dark Horse. Not for some reason, because Dark Horse is switching away to see where they're going to have their publishing distributed. So till then, we probably won't be getting a ton of first looks on their covers, but that'll still be going forward. That comic's doing well, so we'll keep going.
We
Go
saw.
ahead.
I think we saw the cover of. Oh, maybe not that one. Which one is this?
We didn't
one?
see-
Republic. For which one? Number.
This
You didn't have
is
the number 5.
5. Yeah,
Oh, yeah, we won't get it till we.
yeah, we won't get it till it's
till
maybe
4
we'll
comes
get
out
the
because they always show it at the back.
yeah, back of it. Yep. But we're gonna get some more of your favorite danks, bro. So
16 seed. I'm still mad at you for that.
hey, whatever. Oh, speaking of that, we have a couple of seeds up already, and we'll have a couple more going out there. Bounty Hunters, we're going to get more of a Bounty Hunter story. This is when they're talking about redoing and resurfacing. Also, we're going to get Dr. Aphra. Still doing this shit. This all sucks because they already kind of blew it. So this one's going to be coming out way too late. This is going to be the finish off of the Hidden Empire, but Hidden Empire's we already know what happened in Hidden Empire, so fucking way to blow it, Star Wars. FOC, I asked the kids which one they thought was the best cover on this. They said number 1. I actually think it's the ratio, number 3.
Number 3 looks cool. I like number 3.
We're both,
like
I mean,
I like 2.
good, whatever. None of them look bad, and all of them have very different and interesting tales. I hope that all 3 characters, I hope we finally get something about this actual Sith or dark side user character that Mac keeps fucking having sweat dreams over. Obviously, we see that the Great Leveler, as Wayseeker said earlier, is there behind Mac, so that's really cool. And then we get a Ro, maybe a little bit more storyline of a Ro. She's looking good there. Finally, like a female Ro version instead of the male Ro version they've been drawing her. And there we go. Ewoks. One of my kids I'm worried about, and now I'm going to lock my doors because they thought the first one was the best because it had fires in its eyes.
Oh, nice.
So,
So creepy.
And
So
you know what?
creepy.
loved it.
The Ewoks, the third cover.
Loved it. Yeah,
I
Max
question
Rebo.
your parenting if you said which one do you like and you gave that one as an option.
I gave all these as an option.
Yeah, you
and
should
they-
just not included
Fire
that
in
one
the
as a
eyes.
parent.
But
that
then
is
after
your
they
job.
saw these two, the girl like the Momoka and the boy like the
now.
what?
Go back to the other covers again. The first cover of the Ewoks.
Yep.
The troll that
That's
killed that goes after
From
him.
Calvin Scott's books,
Yeah, but now it becomes canon because if you think about it, that was a troll from the non-canon stories that.
One problem: it already showed up in Calvin Scott's book during the Halloween specials.
Oh, okay.
2-3 years ago or whatever. So it was already.
Okay.
canon.
All right.
I like the Momoko.
I don't think the Momoka's bad, especially considering it looks very much like the. It looks a lot like the other one too, like kind of the. What was that? 80s? Was those cartoons in the 80s, whatever, or is that?
Yeah,
kind of
the
80s,
Ewoks
right?
cartoon in the
Yeah. So there we go. That's what we got for next week, right? All right, cool. We got through all that garbage. Good stuff. Looks.
We were talking about the lineup for Bounty Hunters.
Well, we'll talk about it when it's the time for the rollout for that. Oh, you said that you saw it someplace. Where'd you see it?
No, I don't. It's not that I saw something. It was somebody I ran into. So I went to the comic store and when I was leaving, there was a guy that I was introduced to, and we were talking about the Bounty Hunters book, Snat. Then we started talking about the Boba Fett and stuff. Of course, he's like, "Listen, Boba Fett's gonna have a big ending of the year, and the lineup's gonna change, and he's coming back in Bounty Hunters, and all that stuff like that." So we were talking about a bunch of little things, but then I left, and then my friend texted me. He goes, "Yo, I hope you. I thought you guys would talk more." I'm like, "Well, I had to leave this and that." He goes, "You know, that was the editor-in-chief from Marvel, so whatever you're getting, all the information you're getting, it's all going to be legit." So we're getting a Mando season 2, of course. We're getting the Book of Boba Fett comic adaptation, and we're getting Boba Fett back in Bounty Hunters. It's all confirmed.
Mando season 2 comic.
Mando season 2.
Well, we already knew we were getting a Mando season 2.
The Droid Grotto is definitely 100%, like you were saying, definitely 100%.
So we're getting
they already told us
Boba Fett comic. That is, we're not reviewing that one.
Oh, Boba Fett. Hey, listen, we
can review that one, Dom. You can review that one.
The 95 damn covers.
I mean, I'm all for Boba Fett being part of Bounty Hunters. That's cool.
Yeah,
We
Boba
do
Fett
not
sells
need
book.
a Boba Fett
It's going to be
comic.
it. So that's another thing I'm happy about. So listen, if I don't get Boba Fett in my shows, I'm getting Boba Fett in the comics. That's all that matters. I'm happy. You heard it here first.
Well, actually, we didn't. You did hear it here. Probably not first, because a lot of that, like 6 of the things you just said out of 8, we've already said. We said they were going to do a Book of Fett number 2 because they had announced that a couple weeks
Well, no,
ago.
they said that, but no one was saying.
We did not say Book of Boba Fett comic.
Not Book of Boba Fett. No, Mando 2. Sorry,
Yeah,
Mando 2.
Book of Boba Fett comic is just that's a bad idea.
Mm-hmm.
It's a bad idea, but you know what? It makes sense. It's go to continue the story. You put it
No,
in
it
the
doesn't
comics.
make
sense.
no.
It
It doesn't
doesn't
make any
make
sense. No, it
sense.
doesn't.
All right.
Moving on.
Mando season 2 doesn't make sense as a comic, but
No,
Top
but we
man.
knew we were getting that. I would not be very surprised if. Who was the guy you ran into?
No, he was an editor in chief over in Marvel.
What did he look like?
Heavy set guy, glasses.
Was he a white dude?
Yeah.
It's him. All right. Checks up. All right. We could say that Don talked to the
He
guy.
has been authenticated.
He has been authenticated.
Well, you know
Yeah.
the crazy thing? He told me that a bunch of things because my friend is like, "Damn, you should have talked to him more." I didn't know who it was until he actually told me when I got home. He's like, "Yo, I thought you guys would talk more." I'm like, "I didn't know. I would have asked him more questions."
Was his name Chester the Molester?
Chester, listen,
don't answer that one, Dom.
nah, that's up
All right.
to the budget.
No, that's it. No, the editor over at Marvel, he is Chester.
Yeah.
Like that's who it is. That's who's over there.
No,
He goes
but
by
it's cool.
CB, I think, but
Like I said,
his name's Chester.
I'm just happy. The fact is that we're getting some more Boba Fett.
Cool. Yeah. Wait, Dirge. Wait, I want that. How many episodes are Dirge going to be in there?
Well, Dirge is
No, we got too much stuff. Let's go. Let's go.
Ryan did say he thought he saw Dirge on the cover. So
he's on the cover.
somebody else-
I sent the picture to you.
Someone
I
else.
knew
the
Dirge
picture.
wasn't dead. I knew he was
I didn't see it.
I sent you a picture here in the chat.
Oh, right now while we're doing this.
Oh,
Okay, let's get on. We got so much
You-
stuff to go on.
What are we
Yeah,
doing? What are we doing next? Bad
What are you
Batch.
talking about? You
Well,
didn't send anything.
Look,
It says
look.
shit, no time
Here's the
change.
cover,
Okay.
and look at the background. You got Boba Fett leading the way, and Dirge is right back there.
We are doing this again on the phone. We're trying to look at a phone on.
I know, but I'm saying you put it.
What the bleep? Okay, let's go.
What are we
Are-
doing?
Well, it depends. Are we doing the book review, or are we going to start going into Mando or Bad Batch? Whichever one you guys want to do.
Somebody asked for Mando because they said they got to go to bed or something.
All right, let's do
earlier.
Mando. Mando. So we were hoping to wait a little bit on Mando because we were waiting for.
Oh, we can wait then.
JJ,
JJ
JJ
thing.
is gonna make it.
I don't think they're gonna make it either. It's been too long. Let's go. Mando season 1. We're gonna do the cut. So part of the argument was Pete and Mando said that this episode was trash. Just so you know. So when you see Pete and when you see JJ, you can inform them that this episode wasn't trash because I believe the rest of us enjoyed this episode. Correct?
I thought it was cool.
I like that.
I thought it was good, but JJ
All right, cool.
and Pete did not think it was good. So that was.
But I will say, like, how many fucking times this beginning part, I was like, okay.
But
All
it went quick. It went quick. It wasn't like it wasn't like he had a side mission. He got what he got to get. He didn't
I
get what
know.
he wanted to get, but he got something else.
But you know, we knew it was going to happen. He was going to get the other. I thought just like the whole thing with her doing this and like, okay, cool. We saw Peggy again.
Yeah.
Not exactly. She's not exactly
Well,
my
at the end
favorite
of
character.
last week, if I remember right, I think whether it was JJ, I don't want to put words in anybody's mouth, but people are like, well, I hope we don't get a whole thing where he's dragging out 2 or 3 episodes where they're going and looking for IG-11's chip, blah, blah, blah. Okay.
No, this was fast. The beginning. I'm talking about this beginning part where they're doing the like, oh yeah, we're doing the other Jawas again thing bullshit, and then we get the
celebration they got.
There's a little bit of racing, which was whatever. This part I thought was stupid. The throwing baby Grogu in the air like a sack of potatoes.
No, he didn't throw. He jumped. He did a flip because Luke taught him to do that.
Dude.
He did that himself. He jumped. He was happy to see it.
Luke taught him how to jump.
Stop. That shit was corny as fuck. It looked like somebody. It looked like somebody threw Grogu like a bag of chips in a circular motion over.
Just because you don't like kids. Kids like people that like them.
Oh my god!
I think
stupid.
Unfortunately, anytime Grogu does any sort of movements, it's gonna look kind of weird.
Yeah, the Bhutan Eve 2 shit was kind of bad. Yeah, it was weak. It just was weak. I just was disappointed with how it looked. It looked weak. If you say it didn't look weak. That's like saying that Snoros comic was good. If you say it didn't look weak, you're just lying to yourself and other people. No, obviously, but Wayseeker, really quickly, I think it was you who said it, and you're right that they were going to get this droid. We knew it was because it showed up in all the previews. They did, as Jedi said, they went to it really quickly. All the stupid shit, like it almost blowing its motivator again, I thought was pointless and dumb, but whatever. We quickly skipped through.
Here, Dom, how painful was it to go to Tatooine and not see Boba Fett?
It was. I didn't expect them to go in and out that quick. I was like, "Oh shit, Boba Fett's going to show up in this," and he was supposed to show up in episode 3, which I don't think he's showing up in now. Kind of got my hopes up here, but yeah, it was. It kind of sucked that they just went there quick on a side mission really quick.
Girls on time. Shit, get the fuck out of here! No, sorry. I agree. Dude, I didn't even think about that. I knew that he wasn't there. Well, I just wasn't expecting. I'm expecting him to show up at some point. But when they did the mention about the Hutts, I was like, oh, okay, well, they gave
so the Hutts are coming. So they're talking about the Hutts possibly coming back. So we'll see.
Were they, or was she just making a small joke to the last time he was on the planet?
I don't know. I think she was, but I think she heard something. She's been there a while. Remember, it's 2 years, quote unquote. Who knows?
Yeah, I think he was making a reference to last time, like, oh, the Hutts back?
Yeah, so that you guys know that.
But let me ask you a question: why couldn't she get a tooth fixed from the Book of Boba Fett? She lost a damn tooth, and she still has it missing. Come on,
who cares?
She doesn't.
But I think, real quick before we move on, I think the R5D4 motivator, it's like his version of peeing his pants. That's just what he does. I think it's funny.
Hey, true. Hey.
He gets scared and he's like, anyway.
So, anyways, they picked out. That's fine, but obviously, they didn't actually even. The sad part is they didn't actually even need this, and I'll tell you why later. But so they see that they're going in there, and this kind of solves some of the problems. They told you that he's from Concordia. He's doing the whole navigation thing. You get to see Mandalore. You got to see a bunch of different things in the system. Exactly kind of how we were saying that we believe Bo-Katan and the planet was in the Mandalorian system, not far out for these planets, and that she was in like one of those castle type things. Well, that turned out to be true. I thought this is kind of cool how he was given the lay of the land. Obviously, it was setting up for something else. Chef, what's going on? That was pretty cool. I really see. This is why I'm disappointed. Like the Grogu thing looks so fucking corny, and then you see this, and you're like, "Wow, this was amazing!" Like the whole part when he's out here with Grogu in space. I mean, it gave you that. As much as I knocked John, this shit right here gave you that childhood feeling of Star Wars, where there's just this great story that's going on. Oh, here comes JJ. Is that JJ down there trying to bash? He's ready to bash. He's ready to bash the Mandalorian.
JJ, what's up?
Yeah, you're muted. We'll keep it muted for a little bit. But so then we get to see the planet of Mandalore all turned into glass, kind of like this isn't not expectation. We see the big craters. This is where the Dome City was. They had said that they went out there to get the droid so that they could see if it's poisonous, full of gas. Which, by the way, I don't understand how with all the little gadgets you have on your fucking flight, your fighter, that you wouldn't know that, or as a Mandalorian gadget, you wouldn't know that, or if you need it at all, because they send him out there and then he gets lost, and then Grogu whines till the Mandalorian just steals his hat, gets out of the thing, and just no need for the droid anyways.
The breathing apparatus in the helmet too. So
no, dumb. I understand that, but if you have that, What do you need the droid for?
Because to see if it's suitable for.
Yeah, you probably only have limited capacity
exactly.
for.
Yeah, but
reading.
what do you need? No, but what do you need the droid for? The droid was because they couldn't get out of the canopy at all to see it.
They said the planet's cursed. You don't know what's going on. You wanted to check the atmosphere, but also check to see if anything was out there.
I mean, okay, look, it's Star Wars. I can disbelieve, but it seemed kind of corny that they had that.
Anything's possible.
Yeah,
It seemed lazy because he literally says he didn't want to get out of the cockpit, so maybe he's just lazy.
I'm still trying to figure out where
that one.
Grogu's,
Hold on, Dom.
Grogu's crib went. Where's Grogu's crib? How can it fit in the ship? That's what I'm trying to figure out.
Oh, the pod.
Oh yeah, the pod. Yeah, because he told me to go to the pod too. It was lazy writing. It was a little bit lazy. Yeah, it was. I know they have a big fact. Like that is the one part that I always say. Like you don't have to be straightforward with all your quote unquote Easter eggs because they're not Easter eggs that they're right in front of your fucking face. So we didn't really need that.
Like I said before, I thought the IG-11 arc was going to be like a 3-episode thing where he's trying to find the part.
I'm glad it wasn't. I'm glad it wasn't.
3 minutes of document of lines.
Yeah.
Well, at least R5 got some coverage. You know what I'm saying?
What are you saying?
No, at least he got some screen time.
He's fucking okay.
He's got a bad motivator.
Okay.
Leave him alone.
Okay. All right. Next up, we got So then he goes to go find him in the caves, and all of a sudden we get the cave people jumping down, looking like fucking.
Well, that was kind of cool. It reminded me of the Time Machine. Guy Pearce, the Time Machine with the.
It reminded me a lot of the Muppets that they used in like Fraggle Rock and that Henson's Muppets. It reminded me very much like Henson Muppets.
Okay.
But yeah, whatever.
It's pretty cool though.
They were. I mean, whatever. Yeah. I mean, they kind of explain it later. I like this. Did anybody get the vibes of 1313 like from this? Like when they actually showed you the city?
Yeah.
It was very 1313-ish. I thought, see, that's an Easter egg where I'm like, that's cool. Like, give me the bad motivator. Like, you're not really giving me Easter egg. There was a scene, I couldn't clip it, but there was a scene where that level where they had, you've seen it before, where they had the Boba Fett with the sniper rifle aiming down. It was cross patterned exactly like it in this portion. I thought that was super cool.
You know what's cool about this too? You look at the city, how destroyed it is.
Morlocks too. Yeah, Morlocks.
Yeah, and then we see the Clone Wars cartoon, how vibrant and how the city was. To see it now, it's kind of crazy. How destroyed, you know?
Okay, so they put on the blaster so they could go float down there. I thought it was kind of cool. It's a little bit Lone and Wolf and Cub. He's going back to that old trope. They go completely down the hole to the level that Ahsoka kind of was fighting out in the sewers versus Maul in the hence name cartoon that Dom just said. And he finds this helmet scene that we saw 1,000 times in the trailer, which leads us to Eye Guy.
Ooh, this was creepy. I like this.
This was creepy.
Yeah. Was he supposed to be like
Cyborg?
Grievous? Yeah.
Grievous, like a Grievous type of cyborg, yeah.
Well, I think it's not even as much as Grievous. I think he's just supposed to, I think there's always been the thing about cyborgs in there, like Darth Vader, and trying to explain that Darth Vader wasn't unique, like the balance thing. They did Grievous, obviously. They've been on a bunch of other ones. So I think it was just the inclusion that these type of they even did, what are those kids called in Dom's favorite TV show, Book of Boba Fett?
The mods?
The mods where they put...
They're my favorite. Why am I my favorite?
I do wonder how long he was waiting there, though. If nobody ever goes to...
Right, I mean, is he fighting the Morlocks? Is he fighting the Morlocks down there or whatever? Like, is he draining them of blood?
Yeah.
Either way, I thought it was kind of cool how he had different setups there. So he had built a bunch of... He had built the crab. He had built a spider walking machine. He had this torture device, and then he's like, go get Bo-Katan. He gets stripped of his dark saber and his blaster.
Rick and Morty mad scientist.
Yeah, he's got this apparatus too, the stand-up apparatus with the electric drone. He had a bunch of them. I was just trying to show the different forms that he had. And then Grogu goes, we saw this in the trailer too, throws out the Morlock. There he goes.
I didn't see the thing between his legs that we spent like 6
I know. I didn't see it either anymore. Yeah, I know. That's a shame. All right, there we go. Hey, look. It wasn't there anymore. I slowed it down to try to check it. When he shows up to Bo-Katan's thing, she's like, hey, listen, I'm going to tell that bum I don't want him here. I'm getting rid of her for all. She sees the baby. She looks in the baby's eyes. and she decides to like, where's your daddy?
I will say this: she makes very poor use of her time off. She just sits in that one room doing nothing.
She's depressed.
Yeah.
I like this. I'm actually more, but this kind of was a point of contentment where I was like, damn, dude, it would have been cool if they gave him one of these. If they, instead of doing the stupid Starfighter plane after they blew up the Razor class, if they would have actually given him one of these Mandalorian wing fighters, I thought that would have been super cool. I don't know what you guys think.
Maybe they will.
Yeah, I don't know what you guys think about that, but I think it fits him a lot better, and I think it would be super cool if they did that.
We said at the time, I don't think we said at the time the N1 thing wasn't really like a great fit. For,
yeah, it's not a good fit.
Bounty hunting with a companion and all that. Like,
yeah. So yeah, Bo-Katan is a complete badass. So she decides to get in there. That's how we got her involved. And then she starts giving shit to Grogu, like, "Hey man, I know you're scared, but we got to go find him. Come on, let's go. What are you idiots doing in here?" And then she runs into the Morlocks or whatever, and
She kicked ass.
she did. She used the shield. She's a badass. Great action scene. He's getting his blood.
I mean, in our chat, one of the things that, and I'm sure he's right to an extent, that I think it was Pete was saying, did they really need that scene with her walking through basically the same stuff that Mandalorian had already been through? I see his point, but she was also kind of giving tidbits of Mandalorian history too, as she made that walk, which is beneficial to those that maybe aren't in the know about Mandalorian history. So
there was a lot
why they did it, but at the same time, I understand we've kind of already seen that too. So
yeah. And I didn't think it was like that big of a. I mean, what it wasn't. It was like 2 seconds. I don't think it was that big of a journey.
Talking about it was like 10 minutes of like the same scene replayed.
It was not 10 minutes of the same.
It was too.
Nah, but this guy was creepy, like taking the blood from Mando, which is kind of crazy.
Yeah, so he's sucking.
Was he over a fire?
No, it was spikes. It was like it was spikes. He was over spikes, not a fire. I rewatched it and tried. I will say this once again: could you turn a fucking light on in all of Star Wars? I see lights in the background.
Yeah,
why can't we have fucking lighting?
Never.
No, I understand that, but like even with the TV, I'm changing the settings on it. I'm going completely, I'm shutting all the blinds. Like, dude, what do we got to do to watch a fucking show?
Yeah, I think they botched it. They botched it like the Game of Thrones episode.
Yeah,
it was too dark.
Yeah, it's just too dark.
That was actually a common complaint, like on the internet.
I miss Mandalorian history wasn't so boring. Well, hopefully they'll change that because this is the second or third time. Now she gets in there. She's doing some badass stuff. She gets thrown to the ground. She uses her hook thing, gets the Darksaber from the which. Hey,
handles it well, by the way.
Yeah,
a hell of a lot better.
9 times of the law of possession, that robot cyborg thing was in possession of the Darksaber. And here's where the question comes up. She beats the living shit out of him with it. Destroys him, knocks him down, kills him. Yeah, kills the crab suit, kills the guy suit, kills the eye suit, kills everything. All right.
Didn't you get like the Thing vibe when the head came off and crawled into the ship? From like a Thing type of
the Thing, the movie, the Kurt
Russell. The movie, the Thing.
Yeah.
So here's the 2 problems I have with, not problems, but here's the 2 questions that I have from this part. And this is what Wayseeker was kind of alluding to in the news is, one, she just won the Darksaber by the rules of the fucking, she did. I went back and watched what the lady said. She said, you got to win it by combat. She did that by combat. And you got to have it. It's got to come from a different owner. You just can't be given to it.
Yeah,
but win by combat means you defeat the person who has it.
She didn't say win
the ground.
Combat. No, she didn't say win by combat. She said you had to defeat the owner. She didn't say you won the Darksaber.
No, but Mando's still the owner.
No, he wasn't.
Yes, he was. He took it from him. If Mando would have died, he would have had the Darksaber. That was a different story. But Mando lived.
Bro, if you, dude.
She just doesn't want it. You might be right, Marco. Yeah. She doesn't want it. That's
Dom.
Like
Mando, if somebody takes something from you and calls possession of it, you no longer are the owner. They're possessing it.
Gideon took it from Bo-Katan.
Right. So he would have been professional. Yes. And that's what I'm saying. Like, if you look at the way that John's writing this, but Moff did not kill Bo-Katan for it. He took it from Bo.
All right, so
Sabine Wren 1000% didn't kill
Obi-Wan beat Obi-Wan beat Pre Vizsla in the Clone Wars. How come he didn't possess it?
Because he didn't want it.
Because first up,
That's the key.
Yeah.
She doesn't want it. That's the end of the story. Maybe she can be the rightful owner, but she
Yeah,
doesn't.
No,
want
but, that's not how the zealots. That's not how the
But
Death Watch.
I think the person who owns it by combat is like defeat it when they're using it. Is the way I take it. That context of it. But
Yeah.
Well,
I
but
agree
when
with
is that? Well, but when does that ever happen? That didn't happen with
every
Sabine
time.
Wren.
Every time you just said almost.
Well, Maul
No,
did. Maul did.
I just said
Din beats
who
Giancarlo,
beat
whatever his name is.
who
he
beat
had it.
who we don't actually know.
Well,
We don't
Maul
know.
They
did.
already broke this rule anyways when Sabine literally handed it basically to.
That's what I'm
Bo-Katan.
saying. But Sabine handed it to. Well, they said that she was a true ruler for that. But how did
Yeah.
Sabine Wren get it? Because last time I checked, Ezra picked it up from Dathomir without defeating anybody.
But
for it.
Ezra should have it and gave it to
And he got it because he defeated a ghost. The ghost didn't have it. It was
No,
Maul.
Ezra didn't follow the rules because Ezra didn't know the rules. You can't put Ezra
He just
with the
grabbed
rules.
it.
He just
So
grabbed
I
it
would-
because he thought it looked cool, and he's like,
Dim's the only time it happened. Dim is the only person who beat somebody for it.
Maul beating Vizsla.
And Maul beating, cutting off his head. Yeah.
But-
Twice.
I
Well,
just
maybe
think
that's why she didn't want it.
doesn't want it. So what? She doesn't want it.
I agree, but that opens.
Maul.
But she's technically, but that's part. But part of the problem is it doesn't matter if she wants it or not. The sect that Mando belongs to states that it's hers. Either way, she gave it back to. She did give it back to him. She gave
Well,
it back
last
to
time
him.
It was given to
after
her. If you own it or try to rule with it without winning it in combat, then isn't it like bad luck? Because isn't that what happened to her? So maybe that's why she gave it away at the end of this episode.
But she gave it away.
She realized she didn't win it fairly.
But she used it in combat versus the owner, and then gave it to somebody. So
I think
technically,
the interesting part is how better she wields it because she was a previous
she does.
wielder of it.
Yeah,
Wields it
she
much
actually
better
can
than
feel
he
it and hear it way better than he does. His action on it was very slow and sluggish, and that's where I'm actually saying is like, even though she gave it back to him, and they're ignoring that part, do we have the feeling now that Bo-Katan this is going to be like John and what's her name from Game of Thrones?
I think they put plot points in and forget them like 2 episodes later, so I don't think it'll matter that much.
Well, you think the writing? You said the writing here is all garbage. So like, yeah, I agree.
If I would Dean, I would. I mean, he's tried it already, and she didn't want it. I wouldn't want the damn sword. Every time he uses it, he damn near cuts his leg off. So I'd be like, here, take it. I don't even want it.
And for somebody who hangs on to it, he doesn't like train with it.
He sucks with it.
He always whips it out as like a last form of combat, but at the same time, like you think he would like train with it a little bit so you know what you're doing, maybe.
So yeah, I see what you're saying, Jerome, about Ahsoka beating Maul, but if you watched Rebels where Ezra got it, he got it from the ground at Dathomir. So that's whatever. Anyways, but I just saying like after this, and then there's another part that we might talk about. So there it is. She gave him back the Darksaber and blah 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 blah. Now they're walking together. She reads the whole post about the Mythosaurus and Mandalore the Great and everything else about the water. They look at the water. Oh, wait, that's the thing. They look here, and it looks like this looks just like a flooded basement in any apocalyptic. Like this looks like this was an extra scene from what's the show that I like that we're watching right now? That
Last of Us?
Yeah, The Last of Us.
Yeah.
Looked like a basement in The Last of Us. You know what I mean? It didn't look too impressive for the waters.
I think the walkers to come up behind him or something.
Yeah, right. Yeah. Very dark though. So he starts walking down the steps. He takes off his jetpack. He takes off everything. Starts going. He's still in his heavy ass Mandalorian armor, and then ploop, he fell down to the bottom.
Like
Okay. I don't think that's true.
I think it's 100% true because when you see him on the bottom, he can't move. What other concept is there? Where's whatever took him down? Why is he at the bottom then? Explain that.
It was like this huge drop.
But here's the problem.
Yeah.
All of them, including Bo-Katan, when she goes in, starts sinking fast. She uses the jetpack to go faster. She cannot pick him up and go up. The weight of the armor pulls him down. There's no more steps. Yeah, that's exactly.
I didn't think the Mythosaur pulled him down. I think
the Mythosaur didn't pull him down.
The weight just took him down.
That's what it was.
That doesn't make sense to me because she couldn't catch up with him using her
me ask you a
jetpack.
question.
She should have been able to catch up with him if it was just him falling down.
You ever go to a beach?
She did. She did. No, she had to go down all the stairs and then what?
You ever go to a beach and you walk and the undertow takes you down? Like you walk and then you just drop.
Yeah, it doesn't end up putting you on the bot. Yes, it doesn't end up putting you.
What you're saying doesn't make sense to me. Why would the Mythosaur just pull him down and then just like
leave him on the bottom?
Leave him at the bottom. That doesn't
make any sense.
Yeah, no. I'm saying the whole like falling down doesn't make any sense to me. Not at all. She should have caught up to him way before the bottom.
He was Star Wars. He was, first off, he was walking down the steps. He was still talking, and you could tell that he was trying to do the baptismal thing where he starts to walk down. He was getting head deep, and then all of a sudden fell because there was no step on the next one. When you see her go into the water, I couldn't get the cut of it. You could see that the stairs were cut off where she went in. So they just stopped being there.
I think he got pulled down. I'm with Jerome. The mythosaur pulled him down.
Oh, here it is. Like you can't see it that well because I tried to get the cut of it. But the mythosaurs did with what?
I don't know.
So why did who knows how the
mythosaur works? I don't know.
Oh, that's the dumbest thing. If that's the case, I think I'm changing my opinion on how good this show was, and I'm turning to the JJ Pete side and saying, that doesn't make any sense.
Not only did the mythosaur just pull him down and then leave him at the bottom, when she goes down there and pulls him back up, he just watches. He's like, all right, well, okay, I'm done with him. It doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense.
Yeah, what are you talking? I will tell you this since he mentioned the Great Lakes. Here, I'll show you. I'll tell you instead of Dom's weird analogy that didn't make sense because you don't end up on the bottom of it. In the Great Lakes, there's certain sand drops, so you will be walking on the sand on the beach in the wake, and you'll just shelf exactly, and you will fall off and go whoop under the water just like he did.
Put weights in your pocket and you'll see how you fall.
Exactly.
Yeah, like this. You do exactly what he does.
We need to make the same.
We need a certain point of view on this one.
You're making the same point of us, and then saying the conclusion is different.
You're all missing the interesting point, though. If you quote unquote bathe in the waters in a fully pressurized armored suit, are you really bathing? Or you're just getting your armor wet?
I agree with that too. I agree with
this. T. Jones. I agree with him.
Yeah, the mythosaurs didn't even fucking move. Didn't give a shit. Yeah. And this is why, if he was doing it when Bo-Katan flew past it, and this is my analogy, big fish, small fish. You see it all the time if you're a fisherman. Small fish flies by a big fish jumps out of nowhere, gets it. Bo-Katan was a small fish to that. Didn't even realize it was there going down. If the Mythosaurus was out there grabbing shit, would have grabbed Bo-Katan with her jetpacks and all the other nonsense. So,
we are, John. We're going to argue with this.
We're going to get there. Yeah. So on her way back, she sees the eye. Dom, would you like to say what this reminds us of?
Reminds her of a giant. What is it? The
Kaiju. Yeah.
Kaiju. The Kaijus from
Godzilla.
Godzilla and stuff like that.
I like it.
It's even more Godzilla when you think about it.
Yeah.
It really is. Yeah, no, it is.
The planet's destroyed.
This is going to be badass when you see it in the light. I can't wait to see this in the light.
I don't know. Oh, because they're riding it. I don't know if I want to see that, but I don't know. I thought it was pretty cool. I didn't get
Boba Fett riding it, Dom.
No, it ain't gonna be Boba Fett. No, it's gonna be these two. It's gonna be these two having kids.
They're too small in comparison in this shot here.
Yeah, they are way small because they're smaller than its eye.
Well, let me ask you a question.
Oh, you're right, JJ. That's interesting. That's a good
let me ask you a question. Do you
I had
think
a dragon though
that a regular mythosaur was like regular size, wasn't as big, but because of the radiation, the bombs, and the blowing up, could have accelerated growth on this and made it bigger than what it was?
That is Godzilla theory right
there.
That is
Godzilla.
Yeah, I'm just saying it could have been. You never know.
You could speculate that, but I don't know if we'll ever confirm that.
Why? Can I ask you a question too?
We totally get this moment foreshadowed too, though, by Bo-Katan and her explanation of like, I wonder what else is alive down there.
I get it, but her afterwards, the seeing it, the look on her face, and everything else, I really think that's the feeling of she is now going to be Kanan Jarrus to Ezra, right? And Mando is going to be her Ezra, whichever way you want to put it, with whoever you want to use.
That's a question,
and I think that's why. Go ahead.
No, and it's kind of unrelated to what we're talking about, but it is related to this. What proof is he going to have to the armorer that he did all this and got baptized in the water of Lake
remember,
or whatever?
He's out cold. He don't know the mythosaur. She saw it. Is she going to tell him?
That's not what I'm asking.
Maybe they killed the mythosaur.
He's going to go back to these Mandalorian he's going to go back to these Mandalorian, the armor. I'm clean. I'm one of you guys again. They're going to be like,
I don't think that's the case. I think they're going to do training montage a la Jarrus / Ezra,
if you see
because I think that's why you saw how poor he still is at using the Darksaber. The reason why, and that's what I was saying, she is actually the holder of the Darksaber, but she gave it back as Waysinger ruined it in news because she feels she's not worthy of holding it anymore.
Ruined it.
So now,
I share actual news, and you're like,
now, the only
and then
you only
I
had
see all
one
these rumors. You're like,
was actual news. The rest of it was made up garbage. She is then going to train. We're going to get the montage that, by the way, Dave loves to do is these
But to do that,
montages.
wouldn't- But
Let me
so
ask
to
you a
do that
question.
though, she'd have to flip her whole like religious belief now
What?
Why?
True, but
because
No.
she was all like, "Oh, there's nothing special about the living waters. There's nothing there. Like you're wasting your
But now-
time."
Yeah,
The-
she
I-
saw
the children of
this.
the watch are a bunch of
I think
freaks,
she's
et
gonna
cetera, et
flip it.
cetera.
I
now-
think Mando is going to reawaken the mythology of it. She is so depressed
Yeah.
that she just.
I think she sees the way now. I think she sees the way. But the reference of her still like in here being part of the royal family, how many times they said that over and over again, how they showed that Mando can't use the Darksaber, but she can. This is all going towards a
Didn't we notice
Snow Daenerys situation where they're
didn't we
gonna.
notice she left out the chapter about how she betrayed her sister and basically
Yeah,
overthrew
she
her
did.
own
She did.
family?
She did. She
left
threw over
that out.
killed her whole half her family.
The
And,
crazy thing is, that you see her actually in the tunnel with the armorer. So they're all together. The armorer, Din, and Bo. They're in the coming attraction. So she is going to probably tell him. But the fact is that she could turn around and say, "I didn't see anything. That you went in the water. And I got you. You knocked yourself out." Because
She's not going to do that.
it's not airborne.
All I
It
know
just
is I hope
propelled it.
I hope the proof isn't something stupid like, "Oh, here's a mythosaur egg" or something like.
I don't think there's going to be proof other than Bo's word. I think it will be Bo-Katan's word. And will the armor listen to Bo-Katan?
No, because you don't believe her. Remember, she don't trust her.
Yeah,
Din,
she already
believes
doesn't
Din.
trust her.
No, but I think once again, I think him training. I think you're going to start seeing the cracks right now, right? I think you're going to start because we're getting more backstory on Mando, so we're going to see more cracks. They're going to eventually. It'll leak out eventually that Bo was part of the Night Watch, which is where these true believer, quote unquote true believer group or whatever they call themselves now, came from. Like this is really going to be the Mando / Bo-Katan
And you're
story.
going to get the radical Mandos that are coming with Christopher Lloyd sometime in the season.
Christopher Lloyd from Back to the Future.
Can we put word salad up there, please, Marco?
Nope. There's no word. There's no word salad.
I didn't even understand what dude. I just did this.
We
whole,
don't know if they're radical. We don't know anything about them. We just know that Christopher Lloyd's a Mandalorian. That's
I
it.
know.
That's it.
Radical.
Doc Brown.
Yeah, I don't know what.
Great Scott.
So I just get this big thing of like, hey, do you think these two are teaming up and this is the way we can do it? And we get radical Mandalorians riding mythosaurs
I'm
babies.
trying to throw into the shade. It's gonna have. Let's put it this way.
Even Jerome's turning on you, Thomas.
Yeah, dude. The chat started to go like, Dom, you've gone too
Come
far.
on.
Listen,
All you got-
That's a weird.
Yeah,
Yeah, I mean, that's a little bit of a weird statement. Dom, in that
Mark
we-
brings up a good point. She's been redeemed in the waters also. So she
was
could
baptized in the waters.
Yeah, but after you break the code, you have to be redeemed. Didn't you hear the?
Maybe she will take a helmet off now.
No, she's taking her
No,
helmet
she's taking her
off.
helmet off.
Or the children of the watch just made that whole fucking thing up.
Yeah, they did.
She can believe in the way of the Mandalorian.
Well, no, I mean no, JJ. I think the Children of the Watch didn't because what she was saying was she said that creed also. She did a lot of those things, but the new version of them are like it's just like any religion. The next time, every 100 years or so, there's always secular people who believe the word, and there's other people who are like these are stories to guide us, like. And then what she was saying is from her belief and from the majority of the belief of the Mandalorians, those were just stories, but they did it as a ceremonial type thing. But now she saw the mythosaur, the thing that's supposed to have been dead since the Mandalorian the Great.
You can't tell me the real way or whatever. I know you say this is the way or whatever, but that's more of a context of the show and early on. Like they haven't said it for like 2 seasons now. If you look at it this way, are we like really focusing saying the right religion or whatever for Mandalorians in the show is basically a bunch of children kidnapping cultists?
No. Yeah. Well,
I mean,
no, but I think I think they're relating it to any I don't.
By the way, appear to still be kidnapping children because I don't know how.
Yeah, they are kidnapping kids. Yeah,
joining
I
the
agree.
ranks or whatever.
I
Well, we don't know that. They're just making up things as they go. Like
They have like little Mandalorians.
JJ, you know what that's called? You know that's called nepotism. That's what happened there. That was 100%
Sure.
nepotism. That's the way. What's his name? Opie Taylor did it. It's nepotism. They do it. So, she got out of the water and she took it off. Yes. Once again, I think we're getting stuck on the wrong parts here, guys. Like, I think you're going to see a merging of the two again, and I think you're going to see Bo and Mando ride around
I think
together.
she realizes that together they can bring Mandalorian
Yeah,
together.
whether they can bring it together. That's what I feel too. Thank you, Wayseeker. Saying it a little bit better than me. I got lost in whatever the heck else.
Do you think then the children of the Watch will resist that though?
Yes.
I think some of them will, yes. And I think that's where Mando's going to have the breaking point when he sees when all of a sudden he sees all these other sects that are not that, and then they actually find out that the children of the Watch were kidnapping kids, as you said it.
John has a good point. How do we know that's actually a mythosaur?
It sure looked like the mythosaur. It had the tusk and everything.
It had the tusk.
It had
We
the-
don't know. We don't know.
We don't know. We don't know. We're assuming. She doesn't take it off when she gets off the water? I thought she did. Who
don't know.
gives? She's
I don't remember.
taking her helmet off. What are you guys arguing? Who
She's gonna
cares?
take her helmet off. She doesn't believe that. That's just a Children of the Watch thing. I don't.
Yeah.
I think
Like I said, I think they write plot lines and forget them a few episodes later. Like I really don't know. And like, plus, let's be honest, the never taking the helmet off thing has made no sense, anyways.
never.
Like-
No, that makes no sense.
How do they like drink or eat or
It showed him drinking. He was like,
yeah, through like the weird hole in the bottom or whatever? But
yeah.
We got to see space whales too. We saw the.
they'd probably done them a straw.
How funny it would be if this was just another one of their fucking, like the space whales and everything else. This is just another one of their Easter eggs, and they don't do anything else after this with it.
Or IG-11.
That's not
Or
happening.
IG-11. I mean, it's not because it has the potential. I mean,
You get like three lines episode. I can't believe I saw this
question
episode.
Dom. Jerome, this is what you can't do. You can't question Dom on his nonsense and then say some nonsense like she's never taking her helmet off. Like, that's come on.
Well,
So-
also too, I mean, don't forget we're supposed to supposedly see her previous followers like wolves and stuff come back this season.
Yeah, the wolves
So-
are coming back. This Wolf
Yeah.
and who's the young lady that wrestles or whatever.
Costa Reeves.
Which once again, I have a feeling that when you see those, Doc Brown's going to come back with a group of like that's what I'm saying. When they present themselves in front of a bunch of different groups, all those groups of Mandalorians that left, we don't know that's radical. They could just be Doc Brown could just be one of the groups,
Like, Marty,
They
we
come-
gotta go back and get the mythosaur.
and they're like,
I
"Hey,
prefer
wait, we
the,
heard that there's somebody here. We hear it's not poisonous." Which is weird that Bo-Katan, with all the shit she did, she didn't just go over there and take a droid and go like, "Yo, is there poison on this fucking
Well, you
planet?"
know, I don't think anybody wants to go back. I think the planet, everybody was doing their thing, and
Bo-Katan wanted to do whatever she could.
Jerome's
I
asking the
know-
important questions.
I don't think she
Well,
cared. Bo-Katan didn't have any reason to care because she'd given up on all that stuff.
Yeah.
She
You
cared
keep
about
saying Doc Brown.
bringing the
but I would much rather
Mandalorians
see-
back as a people. She didn't care about the planet. That wasn't important to her project. Other people
I-
maybe, but she didn't believe in the waters. She didn't believe in that. The Children of the Watch, they should have gone back. They care about the waters. They care about that. It makes no sense to me that they go off and do whatever they're doing and don't even check on Mandalorian.
All right, we're not gonna. Don't start that because then we get our Star Wars fans never happy because John can't fucking write.
No, I
it.
just think I think it's fine writing. I think the Children of the Watch are just they're not very
Yeah.
consistent, and they have.
Well, yeah, I mean, they had two
actually care about.
They literally had 2 members a year ago, and now they've got 25 members somehow. So like,
They
and
actually
are-
don't care about Mandalore.
and are having nepotism kids show up. So like, I don't understand them either. I don't know.
Moving on.
Moving on. All right, so that was the Mando
They just
review.
press Val and
It's
Christopher
a
Lloyd
good
to go back in
episode.
time.
This is
It was a good episode.
solid
I
big
enjoyed
minus.
it.
Grogu was gonna tame the mythosaur, like he tamed the freaking goddamn Book of Boba Fett.
No.
Let's
Rank
hope
one.
not. Then
Christopher
fall asleep
Lloyd is
immediately.
84 years old. He's supposed to intimidate him. Wait,
Yeah, I want the. I don't want the Doc Brown. I don't want the Doc. I want the.
It'll be like-
Jim, I want the Jim Ignatowski version.
It'll be like the
of,
ending to the Wolverine
you know-
all over again.
Oh, kiddo.
So, yeah. Anyway,
where is
I
it?
think Doc-
Give it
Bring
to
him
him.
out!
Sorry, go ahead, Jedi. My bad. Go.
And I said Dom and I are probably the only ones that here that remember Jim Ignatowski.
Nope.
Still
Oh,
interested.
you know,
in the big-
it's actually come on.
Taxi, come on.
Are they bringing back? Did they already say they're bringing back? What's his name or no?
Gideon's coming back.
Gideon's coming
Gideon,
back.
This next episode.
I know JJ's doesn't.
Everything's happening in episode 3.
Now listen, I don't
That's
think
coming back.
coming back.
Gideon's coming back.
They're gonna break out.
It is like an hour long. They said.
It's
So-
a 56
Thank God.
It's
50
gonna be,
cent? 50 cents coming in too? Wow.
No, it's a 56 minutes. I said 50 cent.
Oh, I think it's a 50 cents.
Oh, God. Can we go?
It's a super long episode. So
It's gonna be broken up into 2 stories.
Luckily, Bad Batch is short this week, so it's like a 22-minute.
Are we doing Bad Batch now, or are we doing the novel?
What do you want to do?
We can break it up with novel and Bad Batch. I think we gotta break it up with novel and Bad Batch. Let's do the novel real quickly. Jesus.
All right.
Jedi,
Star Wars Jedi Battle Scars review by Sam Maggs. So I read this one. JJ, did you finish it? How far did you
I
get?
did not, unfortunately, finish it.
Jedi?
I finished it, but I really can't tell you how much I comprehended a lot of it.
And Marco finished
Yes,
it. So
I did finish
Yeah,
it.
I had 1 page left, but I just asked Wayseeker what happened on the
I
last
can give you my
page.
impressions. I think I'm like 6 chapters short of finishing it, 5 or 6. I'm not,
Okay, 2 things. Can I ask some questions? Who played the first game, Jedi Order?
Me.
Did you those that played the game, did you get a feeling for at least the first 1/3 of the book, maybe all of the book, that it really did have a feeling of the same kind of storytelling in the game? Like, I know, especially when in the beginning parts, I just thinking like, I didn't look up who wrote it yet. I never look up the artist till after or writer after.
it was pretty clear that the author had played the game and enjoyed it.
Yeah, right. That's what I was saying. There's a familiar era.
Yeah.
Fucking, I can't talk. There was a, you know what I'm saying? It seemed just like it. Yes,
Yeah.
thank you.
And I think it did it really well. Like you kind of felt like the missions and side quests and being back on the ship and like you're going through that. I mean, this is what Sam Maggs is known for.
Now, can I ask? Well, no, she did adventure. She did some of those terrible adventure comics.
But
where
she is known for writing video game
Frankie.
books.
Now, Jedi, who hasn't played the video games, can I say maybe was her? I'm just asking on how she told the story. Did it seem maybe like you were like it was start and go, maybe, or like it wasn't linear?
I don't want to answer any of these questions until the end. I know that because I know Wayseeker has put together these slides, and I read the slides, and he has some questions at the end. I think.
Oh, I don't know. I didn't. Sorry, I don't review any of your guys' shit. All right, go ahead. My bad.
Well, anyway, just going through the characters here. For people that don't know, Cal Kestis is the main character of the group. I would say main character in 1A. There's 2 main characters of this book. And Cal Kestis' loyal droid is BD1. So
I don't think you liked anything about it, to be honest with you.
It's not true.
No, stop that.
you have Cal's master now, is what she is called in this book. June, I don't know how you pronounce your name actually.
Seer.
Seer. Yeah, it's Seer. Yeah.
She gets the least time, I think, in this book. But I'd be interested to see what people thought of her. I actually thought her presentation was pretty cool. Just what she was able to do with the Force and how they did that. And they set up some things for the future game using her as well. The other main character of this book, I would say probably the main character is Marin, Knight's sister. I really grew to love this character in the game, so it was really cool seeing her as kind of the featured character. She's working through her personal problems throughout this book quite a bit. The other main character is Grease. He's the pilot. I showed him there with 4 arms for a reason. Your other characters, you have Fret. This is not Fret. These next pictures are not what she is. She is a Kashiri. This is the first time we've seen the Kashiri in canon. But Kashiri played a big part in Lost Tribe of the Sith books. This is actually one of those Lost Tribe of the Sith characters. So this is what she looked like.
You haven't read a good books.
I don't know if they're going to change the looks, but it was cool them bringing back the Kashiri. I have a feeling
they'll change it. Just
What?
because I have a feeling they'll change it because it looks a little too similar to Chiss.
It does. I think they are going to change, especially how they are kind of explaining it. I think they're going to change it. Yeah.
So anyway, the other, you have Fret's past girlfriend,
Nikto.
Eerie. She is a Nikto. She is the Kadasa Nikto. There's 3 different types of Niktos.
She must have a great personality. That's all I got.
She belongs to the Nyctos from the desert.
Nyctos aren't the most attractive looking alien
No,
species.
but they can be different colors based on where they are. And so she is the green type of Nyctos. And the last main character, I feel like, are the characters.
Did they say she was green type? Because that's what I pictured when I was reading her.
What?
Green type. Did they say that she was the green type?
Yep, they did.
Yep.
Okay, good. Okay, then that's where I got it from. Because I was like, oh yeah. I didn't even think about it being a different type.
Karis Lars is an Amwadi. This is not actually Karis's picture. Amwadis are like these bird-human hybrid creatures. One of them was in Aftermath. We've seen them in a couple places.
Is that the one that was in they never actually said, but was that like the bird person that was in the episode, the Mando Book of Boba Fett episode? Remember the bird person?
I do. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't think
Was it on Marty?
it could be. I don't know.
They never say.
I don't think so. Yeah.
I'm curious about it now.
Interesting. We should look that up now.
Anyway, those are the characters that we got there.
Good stuff.
For the good people. Then you have the bad side. You have two of the characters there. You have the Haxian Brood. They're from the video games. Sork was mentioned, was not actually in that. He's the leader of the Haxian Brood. They did mention two characters by name from the Haxian Brood, Kalina and Tilda. The droid, I think they were referencing personally that these are going to be characters that we see in the next game.
They were the two that got away at the end, right?
Yeah, they're the ones to get away. They have a lot of history that we talked about, how they've been tracking each other.
Spoilers for end of the book.
What?
That's spoilers for end of the book, Marco, partway through.
No. They were not in the end of the book. They were at the,
it was the beginning.
They were at the
the
beginning of the book.
Yeah, it was the beginning of the book.
When
sorry,
when they
that's what I
blew
was
up the base, but two of them get away. It was Kalina and Tilda. So, yeah. So that was, I think they're going to be protagonists in the game. That's my guess from that. So they kind of gave a little bit of information about what's coming, and she just incorporated them a little bit. Haxian Brood come back in multiple times, especially at the very end. And then the other, the main enemy that we see is the fifth brother.
That's how.
And I think Sam did the fifth brother better than anybody's done the fifth brother personally. So far, and so I was really happy to see how Sam portrayed the fifth brother.
I think, though, I'll be honest with you, I think the games have done a better job at the Inquisitors than anybody else.
Yes, that's true.
Inquisitors in general, yeah.
Yeah, so I mean, I think
he wasn't in the game, so like we didn't get to see him.
Nobody's ever added depth to the fifth brother, not even in Rebels. Like, there's always been this like lame kind of like side character who has like 3 lines and doesn't do anything of importance.
Looks terrible live action. Yes.
Yeah. Yes.
Oh yeah. That was the worst. But even the comic, I mean, he was in the comic, and I don't feel like he captured personality.
In the comic, he doesn't do much either. He follows the one other Inquisitor around. And...
Yeah, the Inquisitors that got anything were the ones that died. That's the only ones they did anything to in the comics.
Yeah. So
he basically snitches. He's a snitch on the other two, and that's about all he does.
I didn't put the plot here, but basically the story happens in its 2 parts, right? You got the first half, which is like the mission where they infiltrate the Haxian Brood base. Haxian Brood have been chasing after Cal Kestis and his friends ever since what happened we saw in the first game. So they've been chasing after them basically because of some debts. And so they go and they orchestrate this base in the Outer Rim, and they blow shit up. And
stormtroopers are there. Yeah, they have to get away. They actually have to get away because stormtroopers end up being there. They end up fighting in a bar. They take out a large portion of the Brood, like a very large portion of the Brood, and a bunch of stormtroopers. And then they run into, what'd you call her, the secondary main character? Or because I think like when you say main character, I think the main character is Mira, right? And the second main character, second tier, like it's 1A, 1B, right? Is what's her name? So
Fred. Yeah.
Fred.
So they have this thing, and they meet up on this planet, and they meet Fred. Fred is a stormtrooper or at least pretending to be a stormtrooper who's working for the Empire, who wants to escape.
Mm-hmm.
So at the very end of it, she connects with Marin, and Marin's like, we should take this person. And so they take Fred on board. everybody is.
Well, that's not
skeptical.
kind of how it happens. She leaves. Fret says, "I want to go with you guys." Blah 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 blah. I'm
Yeah.
really not a stormtrooper, and because of the
promise.
shenanigans, yeah, I promise is what she says. And then because of the blowing up and everything else and all the other storm stuff that's going on, she kind of disappears. But then she doesn't. I didn't catch that well. She doesn't disappear because what's her name? The Jedi Master Kira. How do you say her name again? Sierra. Gets her on board at the last. It's another one of those. Our back door's open and we don't know where the person is. Oh wait, we have to go. I thought they dragged that on for a little bit too long, but
yeah, I think that's fair.
And then they get her on board and then they threaten that they're going to kill her. So why'd you bring her on board to kill her? But whatever. Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, and Marin vouches for her, and basically they come around and they say we're a group of second chances. Whatever, you would never imagine a Jedi and a Night Sister working, and a Night Sister.
Was it Marin? I thought it was Cal who did that, who said that. Like,
I don't remember.
It doesn't matter. Who cares? Yeah. Whatever.
But they all have this conversation, and they finally we'll give you a chance. And Fret's like, well, if you're going to give me a chance, I got a lead that's going to change everything. And there's this thing called the Shroud. And the Shroud basically enables you to be invisible. So you can actually hide. And so it's this device that Fret's ex-girlfriend, who Fret thinks is dead, was working on.
She thinks she blew up in an accident back home,
But somehow she knew that the Empire, from her connections of work, had continued the project and the research for the Shroud and had gotten a hold of it.
Can we get into the part a little bit about Fret and Ira? Like, Fret ended up working for the Empire to hide Ira because she was force sensitive, right?
Correct. Yeah.
Are we getting that? We're going to? Okay. Well, as you're talking
about No, we can. And so they go and they say, the person that we have to read, the lead I have, is this Karis Lars. And Karis Lars is from somebody from Alderaan who wants to do good, another Alderaan person that wants to do good but plays with the Empire and knows how to skirt the rules. Doesn't see eye to eye with Bail because he thinks Bail is bad and isn't helping the Empire too much. So it was interesting to see how they were like the same people but hiding it from each other. Kind of, and then how that backfires. And so he's been helping the rebellion, funding it while also playing nice with the Empire, and has lots of money to do so. And so sends him on a mission to go and retrieve the Shroud. So yeah, you can jump in here with what you were saying.
Yeah. So one of the girlfriends, the two main the two characters. So we know that the one girl is the girl that blew up in the shop at home. She was force sensitive. Her girlfriend was working for the Empire to hide, just not her, but then she started. It kind of infer. Did it say flat out, or did it infer that she was trying to hide other force sensitive people too?
I didn't get the others.
It kind of said like she was doing more and more work to hide force sensitive something or another. I can't remember what it said, but it kind of inferred that maybe that's something she was digging in. It also said she still had access to for a long time. She still had access to the Empire's coding system because she was just like because it was really weird too. Because when I first read the book too, I was like, well, stormtroopers are usually white humanoids. They are not alien species or whatever else. And it turned out that she wasn't actually a stormtrooper. She was technically in an officer. Either she was just like a clerk or something like that. Can't remember exactly what she did, but yeah. So it was pretty interesting. It's pretty good. It made sense. What I'm saying is like the backgrounds made sense on the characters, which was good.
Yep. And so ultimately they go to the planet the Shroud's on. I can't think of the planet's name off the top of my head. It's a planet we've seen in a couple other things. It's not a new planet, but nothing important about it. And they have to infiltrate a prison. But they also know that the Inquisitors are headed to the same prison because they want to get the Shroud. And because this is like the tech that would enable them to be able to track down Jedi, and the Jedi would never be able to see them coming because it would keep them invisible. And so it would be able for the Inquisitors to kill them even easier, which I didn't understand that part of the story very well because the Inquisitors don't seem to have a problem killing all the Jedi as long as they can find out where they are. But hey, whatever. They wanted the Shroud.
And I think we're missing out the point that we found out why Mirren actually picked up Felix so that she could try to hook up with her too, by the way. Right?
Well, I don't think that was why they picked up.
That was really. She thought she was cute. And she was like, "Yo, what's up? What's up?"
On the trip,
What's up? What's good?
There's a lot of sexual tension that blossoms into a relationship.
As Jedi said, there's a lot of Ireland going on there for.
I don't think it was an Ireland thing.
I don't think it was Ireland either, and I'm the first one to call it out. It was tiptoeing on the line of Ireland. Let's put it that way. Jedi says no. Jedi, would you like some input, please? You think it's all out Ireland, huh? Oh, you're on mute.
I can't unmute myself.
There you go.
You got me now? Yeah, I'm just sitting there. I'm playing a little Tetris while
Are you beating Lopez?
Going through this probably because it's bad enough I had to read this thing. I don't need to sit here and listen to him talk about it.
It wasn't that bad of a book. It was actually a pretty good book.
It was awful. It was,
okay. Once again, I think it's because I think once again that I think why he feels that way is because it was very. It had the likings of a video game. Like it was very much like that.
Maybe, but
and I'm not sure.
Every time I felt like the story was progressing, these two chicks start making out again and talking about how each other's breath on their neck is like what it's just like. It's a freaking love story. It's like 2 notches above a trashy love story is what most of this book was. Most of this book.
Not most of the no, time out. See, that's where I'm saying they're tiptoeing the line, but wasn't. I would say 2/3 of the book, which is more than an Ireland book. An Ireland book, it's half the book to
way more than an Ireland book in this. Way more. Your memory, you and I don't remember the Ireland novels the same way.
Well, I think no, hold on. I think Ireland stops. Hold on. I think Ireland stops the story to have the relationship. This didn't actually stop the story to have the relationship.
These two chicks would apparently stop in the middle of a battle just so they could almost kiss and stuff. It was like ridiculous.
But it was a way of getting to Marin's character. That was the difference between Ireland.
Because she was losing the power from him.
Marin is someone who is kind of lost, and we've
not kind of. They flat out say she is. She's losing her power. She's losing for Darth.
We've all seen people. If it's not you, you know somebody who, when they're going through a period of lost, find somebody, and that somebody becomes their big part of their life.
Hookup chick.
Yeah. And that person.
That's fine. I mean, I think you could. These two liked each other. I get it. They like each other. But every other chapter had a scene.
Have you not been a part of? Have you not seen your friends do that though? Have you not had a friend who's going through a hard time and like everywhere they go, there's this girl and they can't stop, or a boy or whatever, and they just can't stop?
Does that mean I want to read about it in my Star Wars? No, I don't need to read.
But that's how the life works.
I totally get it. I understand now why y'all love playing these video games so much. It's nothing but 2 chicks making out with each other. I should have been in on this game.
I said that was part of, see, like that's where
I've been on this a long time ago. It sounds
See,
awesome.
see, that's where I'm saying that's where I give whoever the author is here. That's how this happens in these fucking RPGs. So like, it wasn't out of place when Ireland does it. She stops the story to go like, oh, that Nikto. I wonder if that Nikto wants to kiss me. Oh, that Ottowan. I wonder if that Ottowan wants to kiss me. No, this one was there
was no wondering in this one. You actually
they were like, we're getting down, bro.
Doing it right in front of you.
Yeah, yes, it's. What have you, dude? Have you? You're in the comic book community. They put boobies on a fucking front of a thing. This one down here is always still screaming about slave Leia. Not a real thing, bro. Like, I mean, hey,
come on.
Come on. See, I got him on the come on. He said the same thing, right? So what are you Jedi? Literally part of Star Wars. You are wrong, unfortunately, old man. I'm sorry. It is part of Star Wars. That's a yelling at the sky thing and a video game thing. That's what I'm saying.
Not to this degree.
I will say it was a little bit. There was a little bit too much ass grabbing going on in it. Okay, I can see that. No?
I'm just saying the fact is that all these novels are now having a lot of sexual things in it now. It's like, come on, just do space. I want to see destruction. Things getting blown up. People dying.
Hold on now. Fuck off. Han Solo, Leia, and Luke Skywalker and their relationship. So don't give me that. Lando coming in. Come on.
Non-action book.
Come
The other
on.
novels that Jedi hates are the Thrawn novels, and they have almost none of that.
I
Yeah.
thought Jedi was gonna like this.
Yeah, you
because
gotta find that. You gotta find that happy medium.
I
He
thought
loves
Jedi was
it.
gonna like
He loves
this
it.
because more
He
people
likes the
die in this
handmaidens.
book
The
than
handmaidens.
any other book that I've ever read. Like this
what
is
book?
the most violent, destructive Star Wars book that I think I've ever read in my life.
I don't remember it. I
Dude,
know a boy got.
the first 30 pages, they were killing fucking everybody. Mirren was slicing
Okay. all right.
people's necks. She was stabbing, throwing them over. Cal was killing. When Cal was
Cal
just
had
like,
no
we're just
remorse for
killing
killing
motherfuckers.
everybody.
Cal's like pulling
Like,
off
I don't
dash
think they're-
strikes. Like,
I
Dude, I don't think they're going to do that on the
I
book.
know I know that there was battles, there was fighting. It
No,
wasn't
they
very-
were murking
I don't remember it being very-
motherfuckers.
I don't remember it being extremely descriptive and all
Oh,
that.
it was
Maybe-
very
What?
descriptive.
When Mirren in the first, it had to be the first 30 pages. When Mirren's like doing the Night Sister thing, they literally describe how she's cutting somebody's throat, how she forces through somebody and ends up bashing their fucking head in with a rock. She bashes somebody's head in with a fucking rock. They're like bashing in the brains. And then
Correction,
at one point
she used the rock and Night Sister magic.
and Night Sister Magic.
Yeah.
Yes, Night Sister Magic. And then she goes, and then they go, stop playing with your fucking food. And she's dangling one and fucking launches it. What are you talking about?
Okay, I will retract. I mean, I don't remember it, but that's because I was so frustrated with the rest of it. I probably just don't remember it. I mean, I'm not going to argue that it didn't happen. If you
And
say
at
it
the end
happened,
of
I
the
believe
book,
you.
where like the people just keep coming up the elevator, and she's just like setting them all on fire. And it's
Yeah.
like,
Oh, she used the
yeah,
green.
yeah,
She used the
I like
green
that.
death fire to burn them to hell. Like,
it's
Oh,
not.
Yeah, didn't she also
you
use
can,
that?
you can kind of
Didn't she
picture
also
the
use
game
her
where like it's
green?
wave 1, wave 2, wave 3,
Didn't
wave
she-
4 of your enemies, and she just boom, dead, all of them.
Didn't she
Well,
also
like
use her
Game of
green
Thrones?
death fire? Didn't she also use her green death fire as like the tie or sock on the door while she's in there making out with this chick in the engine room?
okay,
Yeah,
it's a
I did that too.
it's a video game, so there's
Yes.
gratuitous, violent, and ass grabbing. Yes, that is what video games are. Gratuitous violence and ass grabbing. Yes,
I'll agree with Jedi
Agreed.
to a point that like
I will too. Just a little bit. They did go a little bit far.
Yeah, they went a little bit
Well-
when Fret came into the picture. That was when it kind of like had that whole
You mean era?
no Fret.
No, Fret.
Oh, when
Right.
Fret.
Fret.
Yeah, because okay, yeah.
Yeah, when Fret came into the picture, it first off it started off, and I was like, wow, this is very much like a video game. It's done a great job of capturing the characters, both Cal and Marin, and how they play against each other is more,
See, maybe
And I think a lot of it comes from. I know this is not Jedi's perspective because he didn't play the game, but you're gonna read online reviews about this book, and it got pretty bad review bombed. And it,
Oh, did it?
half it? Yeah, oh yeah.
okay. So
Half of
Wookiee Fanatic reads a lot. He agrees with me, but again, he didn't play the game, so he's probably in the same camp I'm at. So
Yeah, I think a lot of it comes from the author took the perspective of not necessarily that you had to play the game, but that you did, because she
Yeah.
described a lot of she describes the mechanics of like how her Night Sister magic works, like very early on.
Yes.
And like you said, that early on battle seemed very much like a video game battle.
It's like a
she
video
just-
game. Yes. Yeah.
She
100%.
describes it very well, but at the same time, she describes it like you're playing a video game. And I think the people that didn't play the game, it's a little jarring.
Or don't play video. Yeah, very much.
Mhm.
Okay, I agree. Yeah, 100%. All right. So, what are the questions?
I did think that.
I
Go ahead. Sorry, Jedi. Go.
Good.
No, I was just going to one of the other questions. A Wayseeker asked about character development. I don't really zone in on character development probably as well as you guys do. My favorite character, I wanted it to kind of be Marin, but she was kind of pathetic. So Grez, I like Grez. Grez was cool. I like Grez.
I can understand why you like Grez, because Grez shouts at the clouds throughout this whole book, also with all 6 hands. So that doesn't. That,
You know who
You
I think
couldn't
had the best
afford-
character development?
I relate to Grez.
yeah.
Who I think had the best character development in this
Who?
book, and it didn't even get that much
Cal?
of it, honestly. The fifth brother.
Oh.
They have
There.
done
Tell us a
nothing
lot
with that
about him.
character. Yeah, they've done nothing with the character for so long, and this is the first author that I think actually. Granted, I don't know about the end because I haven't got there yet, but for the portions I've read,
Yeah.
she's the only one that's done anything with his character yet, as far as actually developing his character.
And
How
he's
much did she
menacing,
do
and
with
it was
his character. I mean, she didn't do a lot with the character.
she did though. She talked about how
I mean,
like
compared to other stuff that he's
he
been
wasn't
in.
like
Yeah,
a Jedi.
other
It gives a
stuff.
good reason about why he hates the Jedi and the dark side, and like
But
I
isn't it the same
enjoyed-
reason all Inquisitors hate the Jedi? It's the same reason. They all hate the Jedi for the same reasons.
No, some of them were
No.
scared. Yeah,
Some of
everybody had. Yeah, there's a
Like the
bunch of
second
different
sister
reasons.
was totally different.
Marin was, I mean, not Marin. What's the second sister?
Oh,
The one that they tortured.
Trilla.
Yeah,
Trilla
yeah,
was not
Trilla.
that way.
Yeah, because that was what's her name's Padawan that they tortured, and yeah.
No, I thought Fifth Brother was a really good development. I thought Grez was a really fun development. I think Sarah was the worst because she didn't get much play, but I really did like her ability to like rip a lightsaber apart, like her use of the Force and how strong she was.
Didn't we see that before once? Didn't Ahsoka do something similar to that?
Not through the Force, like she just grabbed it, but like how you saw, I don't know. And she was like able to put people in Force stasis and lock them in a prison. Like I thought that was pretty cool, and she got distracted because she was trying to save him, which was a
But
little
she
weird.
suffers from Jedi compassion, which is one thing I will say about Cal, at least from what I remember reading, is he didn't really buy into a lot of that Jedi compassion. We can save everybody type of shit.
Yeah.
He was like,
Oh,
you need to kill this fucker because he's no good.
Yeah, to use a Marvel analogy, she's very much Scarlet Witch, right?
So
and that when she tinges to that dark, that's when her powers, because she goes toe to toe with Vader at the end of the game.
Yeah,
for a
They
minute.
make reference to that
She
several
does.
times.
Yeah.
So I think that's part of it. The violence in the book, I think it was. I think because if you played the game, you saw it. I think JJ, thank you for adding that. The mechanics is really, I guess that's maybe why Jedi missed it. It's just weird. It's so simple to us because we were like, yeah, that we see it in our head as the game, and then I think we can picture the violence being brutal, where it washed over Jedi and probably Wookiee fanatic. The heated discussion this week. Yeah, I mean, look, I'm all for them toning down the romance shit, right? But it's always been in Star Wars. I mean, like, it is what it is. I mean,
I haven't got to the end yet, but to me, it seemed like
it's never been good.
the romance
okay.
part was like kind of that rough spot in the middle of this book, and like where I am right now is starting to kind of pick back up in this kind of like back half, I guess. But it almost seems like it's like a she's trying to
think
finish
it's going again. Just when you think it's going again, JJ, they'll throw in it.
I didn't mind it at all. I didn't think it was a big deal.
They're gonna do it.
I thought it progressed Marin's character in a way that was helpful, and I enjoyed. I mean,
I would go neither as far as Wayseeker nor as far as Jedi on this one. Somewhere in between. To
answer Wookiee Fanatics' question, yeah, I did listen to it on Audible, Wookiee. I think the same as you did. And some of the character accents and voices were very annoying.
Can somebody tell me though?
Maybe that added to my frustration.
Probably did. Can anybody tell me when romance has been good with Star Wars? The best is Satine and Obi, and they don't really even get into it.
I did.
When they don't go into
Hera and Kanan, that was good.
Yeah, if you read what was that Hera Kanan novel? That was pretty.
Oh, the
good.
Hera Kanan novel. You're right. That's the one time it was good. Okay.
But no, I didn't have a
I
problem
don't
with it.
remember anything in Hera in that. You're talking about Young. What's it called? Something Stars or Rebel Star, Rebel, whatever.
New Hope, new whatever.
Stars wasn't bad.
That was
I don't remember.
Lost Stars was good too, but no, it's what's it called? It's
that's the one that Miller wrote. It's new.
Yeah, Miller wrote.
New
Not
Dawn?
New Hope.
Was it
New Dawn. New Dawn.
Yeah.
New Dawn. Okay.
Yeah.
I don't remember
Udon? I could go for some Udon.
That's where they first met, right? In
Dark
Udon,
Disciples, TJ.
That's where we get their backstory. Yeah.
Okay, so
That's
I don't
where it
remember
makes it.
anything as descriptive in their love story.
No,
not
not as
the
descriptive.
blossoming love between those two as we get, and that's what I was saying. I don't know if you guys could hear me, but there's nothing with romance in Star Wars as long as they don't go into great descriptive detail about it. You know it's there. You know they like each other, but they don't.
Well,
there's too much.
Yeah, to be fair, I think it helps a little bit, especially people that didn't read the book at all or didn't play the game at all, too, to give a background a little bit more on Marin and the fact that like she's also as a character. I hate to use the cliche word confused. That's not the word I want to use, but
Lost.
She's lost. Yeah. She basically she grew up as what was she, like 10 or something when all the Night Sisters were killed, and then she grew up with a bunch of Night Brothers, so a bunch of dudes who were abusive and weird cultists.
Yeah,
and
real weird.
Yeah. So like that was her basically upbringing, but.
Cal's got a crush on her too, right? Or was I? Just reading?
Oh, yeah.
I think that's one reason why when I read some of the reviews and stuff, that is another reason why the book got harsh review bombs. And that's one negative I think for some people playing the game first is that they've already put that relationship in their head between her and Cal. and to then throw another player into that mix, I think kind of pissed them off.
Two other players. Really, it wasn't even a
isn't
love
that
triangle.
two other
It was
players,
like-
yeah.
it was
Isn't
just
that
like
all
four.
love stories
No,
go?
because the other one's X. You know, X's are X's. So don't.
Yeah.
But isn't
Get
that
out
how
of here.
Still
stories
love her.
go?
She
The
said
people that are
several
going to get
times, I still
together,
love
there has
her.
to be an obstacle before they
Hey.
get together.
You don't have. Everybody's had an X where you're like, yeah, okay, that person made an impact in my life.
Well, I don't even think it's an obstacle, but I'm just saying that's the reason why I got such negative reviews was I'm not agreeing with that perspective of it. I'm just saying
Oh,
for
T.
some
Jones
people
is
that
right.
played the
Dr.
game, they
Sickles,
had
you're
that
right,
built
T.
in their
James.
head
Yeah,
already
I
and
get
were
that. I get that.
disappointed with
Yeah.
it
Yeah, fair.
otherwise.
All fair.
That is
Okay.
that's a fair one. The Quinlan Voss and Ventress, they had one in particular. They did have a scene where they got kind of down
Fair.
and dirty.
Well, but there was definitely some flirting going on there for a lot of it. So, and also very fair. But okay, so can we get on to like, did we enjoy this before we lose all of our audience? Or
Yeah,
Then
yeah. I'll go first because I know I'm on the other spectrum. Of the non-High Republic books that have come out in the last few years, this is my favorite. I could not put this book down. I read it in 36 hours, and when I wasn't working, I was reading this book, and I enjoyed it thoroughly, and I will happily read it again. Again, there's High Republic books I think are better, but in the last 2 years, name me a better non-High Republic book, and I don't think you'll be able to do it because
you're playing too fucking. You're playing loose and fast here, bro.
But,
You're
but
saying-
I
you're
enjoyed this book. I
You're
would give
saying
it a
they
solid-
release some trash, and this is the best of the trash, and then you're also saying, but then you're also on top of that saying this book's so good that I'll read it multiple times. Once
I
again,
will read this
it's like the
book
Jedi
again.
New argument. I'm in between both this. I don't think it was complete trash, but it wasn't that fun of a fucking read, bro.
It was a
It
fun
wasn't.
for me.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Jedi, what'd you think about it? Jedi, what'd you think about it?
Do you really need to ask me that question?
I gotta ask.
You said
Well,
you give
you
your
know
thoughts
what?
at the end.
I've already said most of what I thought. Most of my notes, I've already gone through them. I think maybe, and I'm trying to be as fair as I can. I'm trying to be my own opponent, I guess, and saying maybe I'm being unfair to it. I went through this in 1 week, which normally you guys give us like 2 weeks to get through one of these things.
Agreed.
So
Agreed.
I was really rushing through this. In fact, I didn't finish it until a couple of hours before, the show started.
I finished it within minutes of the show starting. So.
It was not. I don't know. When you say it's the best non-High Republic you've read, in modern. Did you say modern?
No, in like the last couple of years,
Like
2 years.
2 years, is that it?
Well, because there's
I don't know how
book
far-
that came out since then, so that's
I don't know how far back those
Wrong.
books go. If I don't know if you're including Dark Disciple. I don't know if you're
No.
including Jedi Lost in that. I don't know. But anyway, I will say, and this is where you just go ahead and explode on me, and then I'm just going to go mute and not listen to you. What was the book that I can't remember the name of it, but the one that everyone hated because it was like a prequel to the sequels that just came out a couple months ago?
The Luke and
Luke and Lando
Han
book,
Leia one.
No, not the Luke. Yeah, the one with Lando in it.
Oh, the fucking love
Shadow
scandal, or which?
something.
The
Oh, that one too. Was it the love one? It wasn't the fucking Han and
No.
Leia love shit.
No, not the honeymoon
No,
book.
not the Han and Leia.
He's the one with Luke and Lando
With
with Shadow
the
of something.
Sith, whatever it was called.
Yeah,
Shadow of
that
Sith.
one.
Shadow of
I
the
like-
Sith.
I-
Shadows
I
of
like
Sith.
that. I like that better than this. Okay, now I'm done.
I mean, I think for somebody who didn't play the game and
Yeah,
probably has never. I mean, I has never played. I would assume you haven't never played a role playing game before. Maybe that's ignorant of me to say, but
No,
it's just kind of how you've given the tone of it. I
don't
think it.
dexterity.
No, I just no. Yeah, but I just don't think that's a bad. I don't think you're wrong. I think your opinion is. It's good to hear that opinion on it. And I don't think that. Like that, it makes sense. It makes logical sense where that would be. So.
I did answer the question.
He did answer the
Yeah, he
question.
did. I also think it'd be hard to drop into this book without knowing the characters well. Like
Yeah.
to care about Cal Kestis and Mary.
There was some hard parts. Yeah, but then, as JJ said, you got assholes that care so much that they're like, "Oh, why aren't they together?" And they put it
That's
back
where
together.
I am in this. It's to Sam Maggs, the author. To her credit, it's a tough job to do what they call a bridge novel, a novel that bridges another medium.
Without giving away what's
between
coming up.
movies
Yeah.
or between games, which is what this novel is. It bridges the first game to what's the second game coming out.
And with it coming out, not with it being out already. That's tough to do.
With it coming up, yeah.
Yeah.
And it's a very hard thing to do as an author. And I think I haven't finished it yet, so I don't want to give full opinion. But on the way I think it's going, it's not bad. It's above average.
It's pretty much how you think. They drop off the ex-girlfriend or whatever.
Yeah, I imagine it. I mean, I know probably nobody's going to die because I assume people come back in the second game, et cetera, et cetera. So, but I mean, like, to me, it's a hard thing to do. And I've seen it. You've seen it before. If you go back to, granted, it's Legends stuff now, but if you go back to Revan, which bridged the Knights of the Old Republic game to the Old Republic role-playing or multiplayer game or whatever, that bridged that gap. There's two sects. You talk about fans never being satisfied. There's kind of two things that are hard to satisfy. It's hard to satisfy people that come in and you're writing a novel and you're basically giving your impressions of the game, or even in the case of that novel, you were giving the writer of the game the novel to do. Mm-hmm. And of course, they're writing it like the people have already played the game.
Mm-hmm, obviously.
And then there's people that played the game too hard, so to speak, and come in. And there were people that were disappointed in that novel because they took the protagonist of the second game and basically kind of killed her off at the end shamelessly.
Yeah,
I'm talking about the Old Republic games, not this game.
Yeah.
No spoilers, but I mean, there was people that were severely unhappy with that when that book came out. So you're not going to please both those groups at the same time, and it's a tough trail to walk. I think this author did a pretty good job of that. I'm not going to praise it as the best thing ever. I don't necessarily agree with Wayseeker. I think there's been I enjoy the Thrawn novels better.
No, between his dude, ever since you guys put like that shit in the chat about, can we ever make people happy? Wayseeker's been smoking some type of dope and saying like Sarah Star Wars' shitty ass book was like the greatest week of Star Wars ever. This book's the great. Like, hey, bro, like it's good. It's okay. It's an RA book, but it's not.
We had a really good Star Wars week. We had two good episodes, and we had one really good comic and one really good book.
I think with JJ. I think I'm with JJ.
Book, and it's not terrible so far.
I think me and JJ are in the same area. We're between Wayseeker and Jedi. I understand, but I also think it's a very good thing for Star Wars where we have eccentric. You can like a certain part. You can get in a lane in Star Wars. If you want to get in the video game lane, there's a video game lane for you. You know what I mean? That is not Jedi's lane. Jedi lane is whatever weird shit the handmaiden stuff is, because that stuff to me is not my lane. I don't know. No, I mean, I get it. Like, but he's like, Thrawn sucks, but handmaidens, I thought at first he was full of shit joking, but he loves it. You know what I mean? And it's like, I don't understand it. But okay, let's go on to the last part.
One
of
more
Star
thing
Wars.
I had that last question.
Another book that we're doing next week, because I'm not listening to another book.
It's a Star Wars Hunters.
Video game book. You don't have to do it, dude.
It's Star Wars Hunters. Don't worry about.
I didn't pick that one up yet, but I got to pick that one. I promise I'll start.
You can listen to us review it if you want.
I'll start reading that before the show starts.
I thought we were doing deck building game next week.
I think
I got to get that too. I'm gonna have some time this week.
I think we're trying to both. I think that's.
Are we gonna have time for that with two shows though?
We're gonna.
I don't know.
Make it.
Real work has been.
Mando's a long show next week.
We're gonna make time because 2 weeks from now,
we only got 2 books too.
Yeah, and the 100 book shouldn't be that long to talk about. I don't.
Why? It's 2 weeks from now, Easter?
No, I'm in Texas for work. Whatever.
Nobody cares.
Doesn't matter.
Okay, go.
Yeah. So I do think it set up the game in an interesting way about saying like in the game it seems like all the characters are broken apart and it's kind of like the band getting back together, and you can kind of see the splintering that happens and the interest that each one has. So like Sierra's definitely interested in rebuilding the Jedi and saving the text. And so like we see her in the game in that library. And so I think it did a good job of setting up where each character is going in the game as well for those that want to play the game.
Once again, something that Jedi and people who don't play the game would give 0 fucks about. So, okay, cool. Let's get into the last piece. So, I mean, I won't say this is the best week ever, but I will say maybe it is. And it's not because of Saros but this week really did give everybody some. If you're a Star Wars fan, it gave you something you wanted, right? Like if you want mythosauruses and whatever the John shit is, it gave you. If you want,
pointed out the game was also supposed to release this week.
Yeah, it's also supposed to go with the book.
It just
not quite everyone.
Just needed some handmaidens, and it would have been perfect.
Well, yeah, but then they gave you Bad Batch, and we'll get into that right now. And Bad Batch gave us a little bit more of classic Dave and the stuff we've kind of been asking. Well, everybody except for because Boba Fett didn't show up, so everything everybody else has been asking for except for Dom. Dom probably had the worst Star Wars week ever.
No, not really. Let me tell you something. I enjoyed Mando and I enjoyed I thought Bad Batch was one of the best episodes I've seen in a very long time. I keep saying that, but this Crosshairs episode was really,
Yeah.
I
It
felt
was a great episode. It
was.
was.
I thought comics were mediocre across the board. I thought the book was decent enough. And then, like, yeah, the two television things were great, both of them. So let's get into it.
All right, so this is the Outpost. As I said, it's going to be a Crosshair episode, and Marco said I reasoned that one with thought, what my sources were, but whatever. It was a Crosshair episode. But we'll say it was not.
I said you're right. I said you're right, but I said your sources are right, but your sources are common thought because this is going to happen. Yeah.
But it was not the Crosshair episode that I thought, which was really cool.
Really? Okay.
I mean, I thought Crosshair was going to go after going to get sent after Bad Batch, is what I said last week.
Oh, okay, yeah. I mean, I thought they were just going to bring him back into the fold for.
Yeah,
Go ahead.
it was fascinating to see, how they do that, and then you get this sense of like right off the bat, you get these retired clones who are grumpy and saying, what do we do now? You don't care about us, and
You used us and got rid of us. We made the empire, and now
there's listen to that.
I'm sorry to cut you off.
What?
But remember, like with Cody,
No, go ahead.
I think Crosshairs really felt that with Cody. After he got the talk from Cody, and Cody disappeared and walked this and that, I think that's when he started turning around. And
No, I don't think that's what it was. I think there was a part right in here where
I think it was him realizing that he's being surrounded by people who are absolute morons.
Yeah,
like this Nolan, Lieutenant Nolan or Commander Nolan, whatever his name is, Nolan, whatever he was. This guy, like, I wanted to kill him the second I met him. So like, Crosshair is.
he's not. I have a feeling that Crosshair was kind of getting the feeling that there are no more good soldiers in the Empire, and that's
Good
that's
soldiers
not
follow
acceptable.
orders. Doesn't matter when there's none in there.
yeah.
So
When there's
what
no
does it
orders
matter?
that are coming, yeah. So
Yep. And
not
so
a
they
love for the
go.
episode.
They go to the base here. It's a good episode, and they, are going to protect supplies that have been here for a year. That this part didn't quite make sense to me. Whatever.
Didn't make any sense at all why they were there, but
Why they didn't just get their supplies earlier and just not send in people to protect the supplies?
You think that was part of the episode, or just like lazy writing?
lazy writing.
Just lazy
I'm
writing.
trying to figure out like whether, because Nolan, like he said, seemed incompetent. So I almost wonder if like these were the orders that like he just like took because he's an idiot, or if this was like
No, they put him there to watch the important cargo and
the important part has been sitting around.
Right here.
So hold on. So this is where I think it's set up the point where we see good soldiers follow orders. When the guy is screaming at a superior officer and saying, I don't give a shit what your order, like the superior officer saying, no, we're just following orders. And he goes, he pretty much says, fuck your orders. You're going to listen to what I say, no matter what I say. Throughout this whole thing, you're going to do what I say, no matter what your orders are. And, whatever. So I think that's what made Crosshair snap, was like, wait a minute, we're not being good soldiers following orders anymore. Now we're just following Mora, like we're just doing whatever. So
the guy Mayday, like me and Wastinger were talking about that. Mayday was kind of reminded everybody of Rex, that type of character. He was a good character, a very good, strong character, and he made a lot of sense when he talked. And you see, Crosshairs was like soaking up all the time he was talking. So yeah, you know what? Like, I didn't expect this. This is the one thing, like he said that it was a different episode. I didn't expect this to be the turning point of Crosshairs.
Mm-hmm.
I thought Crosshair would probably.
this is where they're going to go save him.
Yeah,
But yeah, like his line here about experience trumps every,
Yeah.
that's a very Rex thing to say. Like when he's talking.
Is it? I think it's always, Dave has a great way of, as much as the clones are supposed to be, when you always think like all the clones are the same, he actually normalizes and humanizes the clones in stages of combat. He's always been good about that. If it's Fives, if it's Cody, if it's Rex, and he's just doing it. I think this is Dave at his, even though it didn't make sense that, okay, so the stuff they were protecting were the new Stormtrooper uniforms, which didn't make any fucking sense.
No.
But like but he uses that as, the MacGuffin to normalize the clones again, because I think we've kind of gotten away from that. So, but.
And this is where you get the good scenes between them where you see Mayday and them bonding over the fact that they realize that Nolan is just a complete idiot. And so I love that. How long have you known him? 2 hours. Well, I'm sure that was 2 hours more than you could ever want to spend time with him. It was good. The whole scene and how it
I
changes.
agree.
They go out there. The pirates come. He's like, this is why we've had this technology. They want to protect these goods, but they aren't sending us any reinforcements. They're not sending us anything that we need to be able to do our job. As they go through this, Crosshair puts this person in his sights and it blows up and it kind of, rattles him. And so he's only able to pick off a portion of him. He doesn't actually get a good shot on him. Follows the blood to a cave, and then they go back. And there's like,
I'm surprised. Like I said, I love the blood. I love the. This one was very violent, pretty violent because of when they went to get those pirates. Man, it took a lot out. It was really good.
They did, and I love this scene too because he saves the helmets of everybody who's been died. Right, yep. So these are all of his comrades who have been killed since he's been in base. So you saw him put the 2 new helmets down for his 2 new friends, and so you can see he really cares about people, and that was something that really came through with his interactions.
But Sticks, they're already there. The whole base has already got new stormtroopers in it. We saw it at the beginning. So
he's like, this is why I don't care about you, is because all of my comrades have been killed, and these are their helmets, and I'm the only one left.
But also that was a proving point of that, like, they are doing their job. They are following orders, and this guy's just screaming at him about nonsense. Yeah, and all these people sacrifices all these good soldiers.
I hate that guy, a piece of shit.
Nolan was so bad.
Well, man. Well, they had no idea what was in the cases. They were forbidden to open. It was against.
Right.
They didn't know.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
For all they knew, it could have been some top secret.
Right.
No,
Sticks was saying that they didn't have it till the Senate passed. That's true, but the point is, like, the stormtroopers are already widespread by now. So, like, why are they still out here? It's been some period of time now since the stormtroopers have been out. So why are they still guarding it?
Yeah. Yep. And so he sends him out. He says, I'm not sparing any troops. You got to go get these crates, which the Emperor doesn't care about because he just left there for a year. But, he's just showing off his ability to, boss people around, and he hates clones, which we saw. So I think he really just wanted to get the clones out of there. I loved how he called them used goods or whatever at the beginning. Like, he has no respect for any of them.
Ring the bell!
Yeah. So they go through that little cave, and they realize here that the one that had been shot by Crosshair had died, and that everybody left him behind. And he had the scene. He's like, I don't know what's worse, that he's wearing the gear that we were of my men, or the fact that they left him behind. And Crosshair's like, you leave dead weight behind. And he's like, well, don't ever, let me get hurt with you around. And
at first I thought these were going to be the clones because you couldn't really tell the face in this one. Once again, Star Wars apparently doesn't like to use the lights or let you see any fucking.
So hard. This was so hard to capture.
I'll give Mando an excuse for being live action, but this is freaking animated. Like,
fucking turn the light on.
Come on, they had problems with the colors of the skin of the characters in the beginning. So you talk about lights and darkness and
but there was a good 8 minutes of this cartoon where you couldn't fucking see shit.
You couldn't see shit.
Yeah,
I had to lighten this up to get this image as it is. Like,
so at this part, I thought this might be his clones defecting. I thought that's the route they were going. Because when he's like, oh, they're wearing I was like, oh, shoot, they're just putting bandages above their heads and defecting because they don't want to have to deal with, like, the Empire taking them out. But that was not the case, obviously.
It's dark and snowy, and it plays with...
They have lights shining at the motherfucker's head. You cannot tell who he is.
You ever shine a light in a dark space?
Dom, it's for people to know what's going on at home. I don't... Even if it's realistic, you gotta make it lighter.
You ever watch a TV show? You ever watch a TV show? Yeah, you watch it so you can see what's going on. That's so you cannot see anything.
Come on.
Jedi, nothing.
Having the sunlight
Jedi
come in one
so
side at your television is a dark thing. You can't see anything.
Dude, I have blackout. I have blackout curtains. I have everything. You still can't see anything. I'm just. It's horrible.
So
this is cool.
Pressure trap, right? And he's after having this dead weight thing. You're like, he goes through and he saves them, and you get to see this long conversation and him at work. And I mean, this is the bonding that happens, and you realize the fact that they're brothers. And so I thought this was a good scene. They emerge outside and they see all of these people, and this is where Dom gets all happy because everybody just like starts dying and they get frozen, and you see people get shot everywhere, and you get Crosshair at his best, just taking people out like it is nothing.
Ruben, you could say what I don't know what black hole you're watching this shit in. You could watch it in anything. They didn't produce stuff in the background. It's literally dark screens.
You know what we don't see? We don't see two chicks make it out in the corner. Okay.
There you go.
Damn.
And then they see the grenades here.
He's not wrong.
He shoots the grenades. I'm just bypassing it.
Yeah.
It's also Dave. Dave's not going to touch that. Dave cuts out characters who are LGBTQ because he doesn't want them in his Ahsoka story and rewrites them with other characters. Because
Valid point. All right.
I wasn't listening. I don't know what he said.
Anyway, so he blows it up, and you see the cracks here that come, and you know what's coming after that. But while they're doing that, they realize what's been in the cargo is just the stormtrooper equipment, and that's what they've been there for a whole year protecting. There's just equipment that the Empire really doesn't care about anyways, because they've just left it there. The avalanche comes down, just completely goes and wipes everything out. They get buried in it.
Once again, so now it's dark and gray, so you can't really fucking see shit.
I know it's so bad.
Hey, you know what we should do? What we should do is we should dark layer it, and then we should do grayscale layering on top of it. Thank you. Fucking what?
Y'all need some new TVs or something. This is a lot darker than I remember it being on my television.
No, it was this dark. And
Yeah, it is. It's that dark.
I saw it really clear on my TV.
Okay. All right. Whatever. I need new TV, I guess.
Okay, so everybody besides Dom and Jedi, the old dudes that got Coke bottle glasses, couldn't see anything. All right.
Yeah, the two dudes with cataracts can see it just fine. I don't know why.
Maybe that's why.
He saves Mayday, right? He doesn't leave him behind. Doesn't leave him there. But I thought this was really touching. I don't know. You see him, walking with him, carrying him there. You see him shivering up, protecting him on the way back in the caves. I think both of those were really great scenes.
Yeah, they did the bonding thing. Absolutely.
Cared for each other.
Band of brothers.
Yep. And then they get back.
Dom just shed a tear over that. I saw him.
Yeah.
Yep. They get back, and Nolan's like, "Where's your cargo?" He's like, "Well, we need a medic," and he's like, "Yeah, he doesn't deserve a medic." And
this guy, I didn't say anything earlier, but they're like, this guy. He looks like a total douche, but let's give him a fur collar and just really take it over.
Should make it even douchier? Yeah.
Take it right over the top.
It's not even like a full fur collar either, too. It's a 3/4 full.
Like the old like penis helmet.
Oh my god!
Yeah, we give him the old penis bucket head.
That face.
He's got that ass sniffing face. Yep. Doesn't even have a full fur collar. It's a 3/4 fur collar. Yeah. His whole outfit's shit.
Mayday dies. Crosshairs, has a conversation. You could have saved him. He's like, "Oh, he didn't have any use. And if you keep this up, you're not going to have a use too. You're expendable. You're all just clones." And Crosshair just goes and says, "Okay, I'm done. This is not. I can't do this anymore." And he just takes out Nolan.
He goes, "Hey, what's up?" He goes, "Hey, what's up?" And then takes out Nolan.
Yeah.
It's like,
It's very Miggs Mayfield.
Yeah.
Yep. And then at the end, you see him back on Mount Terrace.
Is she the same voice as is this the same person who voiced this young lady that voices Omega?
I think so. It sounded
Could be,
like her.
Because at first I was thinking like, oh shit.
Not unusual for animated shows to do that.
I get it. I was going late. Were they cloning Omega so that she could be specifically somebody who would work on clones?
Either clones or the Death Troopers.
Did you? So instead of answering my question, you just come up with some other.
Like, I think we're gonna close. I don't know. Guess.
I don't know. I don't know if they have somebody because I don't know if they care about the clones well enough to have like a
No, but what I'm saying, like, is this lady a clone too? Maybe. I mean, that's what I'm saying. Like, is she a clone? She's got the same voice. That's what I thought at first. But
I don't know if she's a clone. I think
because there's three of them that look exactly the same.
They just use the same voice actress.
They just use the same voice actor, and all three of them they all just look the same because they're being lazy.
There's all the voices of the Bad Batch.
D. Bradley Baker does other voices than clones.
I know.
Yeah. What I'm saying is like there's one like this with the long hair. There's another one that's got short hair, And there's a third one.
I agree with you.
They
I'm
all
just
were
saying
the
I don't think
same.
they
They
I don't
all
think
look
they're
the same.
designed
They
for
all sound the exact same. But yeah, that's why I was asking. Okay,
I
so
think
you
it's
don't
just
think they're
lazy
close.
animation and
Lazy animation. Very good.
It's
Okay.
just
voice
a
editing.
way of being cheap. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
And that was the end of the episode.
Good
What
episode.
what show has two chicks making out? I don't. Not this one. Apparently. Apparently not.
Yeah, that's why it works so well.
Really good, right? Great episode. Everybody's happy.
This was one of my favorite. I don't know if it was my favorite episode of the season. I think
Why do you think they saved him?
what?
Why do you think they saved him?
Why did they save him?
Yes.
Yeah, why didn't they just leave him out there to freeze to death?
Why they? Yeah, just let him die.
It looks
he
like
could've got
maybe they're
killed. They
trying
missed
to
It's good.
do a science experiment on him, some sort. I mean, it
Well, the
looks
other
like
weird thing
they're-
is like
I get
I
that.
they're trying to do more than just save him in that.
Yeah.
that's the second time he's been randomly saved when he's been abandoned.
Yeah,
We
like
don't
I
really
mean,
know how
why,
that keeps happening.
like if you're moving away from that program, why would you do anything besides? Okay, cool. Cut them up. See you later. Throw them away. They're disintegrating.
Yeah. I mean, that's a good point. Hopefully we'll find out. But yeah, I see your point. But
I
I
think he has
think
like
that-
an
I
Empire
wonder
Guardian
if-
Angel.
Spaceball Helmets is right.
they know Omega is tied to Nala-Se. So maybe they think that maybe they think that they're going to come after him. I don't know.
Who's going to
one
come
thing
after
I
him?
noticed that
The Bad Batch. The Bad Batch.
Oh,
knows
they think
he's there,
they
the Bad
still
Batch-
think the Bad Batch is dead.
What?
They still think the Bad Batch is dead, right?
No, they don't. They know Omega is alive because Omega is the key. That it was the end of the last episode. They said if
Oh,
you want to
that's
get anybody, you need
Well,
to get Omega. So
if
they know the Bad
anything,
Batch
that
is
nurse-
alive.
The one thing I can
Well-
tell you about that nurse that was working on Crosshairs has the same patch as Dr. Pershing from Mando.
Yeah, they're the
Yeah.
Yeah,
experimental
they all
people.
have that. We know that. Yeah, we've known that because
Yeah.
the other ones do too. The other
Yeah, they're the
systems.
same people.
Yeah, all of them are the same people that work on.
They
cloning
know. They know
technology.
the Bad Batch is still alive.
when you say
Yeah.
they, though, you don't.
The
I mean,
Empire, and yeah,
I
and
mean,
Is it the
I mean,
Empire
or is it
it's-
just
Rampart?
it's
And-
compart-
and they
sometimes
saw.
intelligence is compartmentalized. You don't know that everybody knows everything.
No, that's fine. But they brought the Kamimoan who had seen them, who had interactions with them, who hung out with Omega in the room together, so into their facility. So like, I would be shocked if they didn't know.
Mhm.
I think
didn't
the
notice that,
Empire is incompetent, so I don't think that
Well,
they do.
there's been so many abandoned storylines in this thing from the first season that I can't even keep them straight anymore. Because like there was the whole thing like the Kaminoans or whatever, is it Kaminoans?
Kaminoans,
Yeah, however you say it. There was that whole plot line of whatever they were supposedly like doing with their own weird secret facility and like what Nala-Se was doing, and we never got to what that was supposed to be. Now maybe that'll come back. I don't know. And then there's the whole plot line of the secret soldier program that like Crosshair was in charge of for a little while, and now he's not. And all those soldiers are apparently
Yeah, we
gone
haven't,
somewhere.
we haven't seen any of those soldiers.
We haven't
We have
seen
no
any of
clue.
them. Like there's so many abandoned plot lines in this series that is really weird. But thank
It
God
is.
they finally came back to an enjoyable one in Crosshair. Please
How
stick
many
with
more?
it. and
How
see it
many
to a
more episodes?
conclusion.
How many more episodes is left after this?
We got 4 more.
Four, right?
One more.
Yeah.
Okay.
What was the name of the clone in this one? The commander.
Mayday.
Mayday. I really expected Mayday to rip into that lieutenant whenever he identified himself as a commander, and the fact that he didn't, the fact that the lieutenant, who for those who don't know is a lower rank than a commander, the fact that the lieutenant felt still superior to a commander, there were several things that I think contributed to Crosshair's realization that times are changing, but I maybe because of my military background, I kind of keyed in on that too. Like, damn, that lieutenant just.
Well, is it
walked
also
over
a
the
little bit
commander.
of could also be a little bit of self-preservation too in Crosshair's thing of like he is a clone after all, and he sees what's happening to the other clones. You know,
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like when you his whole kind of what I was saying earlier, like it is a chain of command thing, right? Like whatever you say, good shoulders, foul order, that's a whole chain of command thing, right? And when you see the chain of command being broken in that instance, when you have a lieutenant going, I don't give a shit, you're gonna do what I say because
You're a clone.
yeah, you're a clone, instead of that chain of command of good shoulders, follow order, because the lieutenant's the one that should have been following orders from what's Mayday? From Mayday. You know,
Mayday.
so-
Or should have at least been showing him some sort of courtesy. But there was none of that. It was just like you
You
are
just hated
less
clones.
than.
No, like at one point, if I do recall, Mayday said, "Yeah, we're not going to go do that because we don't have the people to do it." And the lieutenant then turned that like that's the order. Then it's done, right? Like if whatever, what's his rank again, Jedi?
Who?
Commander.
Mayday was a commander.
Commander. If the commander says to the lieutenant, "We're not going out there," they're not going out there unless like somebody above a commander calls in and says they're going out there, right?
Yeah. Commander is 2 pay grades above a lieutenant, not just
right.
one. We're talking 2 pay grades. So, anyway.
Yeah.
I think it's because he was a
Something I made
clone,
up.
though. Was that what they were trying to get across? You think?
That's what I took away from it. Is
Yeah.
he's a clone, so it doesn't really matter what your rank is. And,
Right.
Yeah. All right, let's do this bracket, man. So I can go eat.
Oh, we're not even. I don't even know what we're doing with the. I can pull up the
We're not
brackets.
doing the
but-
bracket. I voted.
No.
I voted.
Yeah, so we're going to do more than one
Was I the
bracket.
only one?
No, so voting's going on all till next week. So we did 2 parts of the bracket today. I think it's gear. I can pull up the bracket to see what it was. We're voting on the brackets throughout this week. So each day we're going to be dropping 2.
It was Den and Grogu and some other person I can't even remember.
We're going to be dropping, but let me pull it up in the slides real quickly. It is this portion of the slides so that we can all know who we're going to yell about. And Wayseeker could tell us all how great. So we are having, that's it. Gear is fighting. I just pulled it off the bottom.
Yeah.
Mando and the Child.
Yep, and we also had
Mando and the Child and Gear, which is that one. So you'll know right before because we'll get on Wednesday. I'd suggest you might not want to vote on that till Wednesday to see more of the Gear story because that's coming in Yoda. And then we're getting the other one is.
Do you honestly think anybody's going to vote for Gear over Mando and the Child?
I am 100%.
Come on now.
Mess.
100%.
No,
100%.
nobody except for you. Except for you.
Everything
You like
else,
the Trandoshans.
Yeah, I think it's about. I do. I like that because I like.
Hey,
I think it's.
I think they had like
Colgate
30-some%.
Really? 30?
Somebody voted for him.
That's
I don't know who it was.
Anybody voted for Ella Sutan over Fennec Shand, though? Like that's
Yeah. So, okay, just to remind everybody who Ella Sutan is. Dom, who's Ella Sutan?
Ella Satan is
There you go. You passed it.
There you go.
freaking goddamn Wile E. Coyote looking dude. That was
Yeah.
a Jedi master in the higher.
I think Marco's the only one that voted. I think Marco might be that third.
I didn't vote at all yet. No, I'm waiting. So we're gonna keep going down this list. We're gonna get a couple more of these in here. We're gonna do at least 2 per day. We might try to get it up to 4. We're just trying to not also screw up with the like
And all of
notifications.
those are going to be done by next Sunday. That whole first line of the bracket.
Well, we're gonna have because next Sunday we're gonna review who wins, and then we have an HR bracket too. So if we've already done 2, we've only got 1, 2. That would be Monday. Tuesday would be 2. Wednesday's done. So then I can do some of the HR bracket. We can have it all done by Sunday, and we'll go on to our next round. So just look day after day, or right before Sunday. Hopefully, people like the MCM show since they're live now. And that you can check them out on Friday. They'll be telling you, make sure you go back in and check on the polls. Whereas one day we're going to take off because SNS does their poll right before their show. But besides that, our polls will be in there all week long. So vote early, vote often, vote as many times as you need. And hopefully the other live shows that we have will review it. I would say that this isn't going to be a hard one. I think Fennec Shan's going to come out. The Mandalorian Child shouldn't win, but we'll see what happens. Ajax should beat Dune. That's the one where I'm going to lose my shit when Ajax does not beat Dune. Just know that.
I've already lost it because you didn't put in the wrong character on the other side.
You still cry. You feel free to do these fucking games yourself.
I
Inferno
did.
should
I
win.
actually did
I
do
still
the
have
game.
no
I
idea
put
what
the
we're
name
doing.
in. You're like, no, I'm gonna cross that one out.
We're just doing. We're just saying which first appearance is the better first.
But yeah, the
appearance.
committee.
The comic first appearance. The committee rank these. I don't know what you want. Miggs probably is going to win that. Gideon's. This isn't easy. This isn't a hard bracket to do. Okay, sit Darkseer versus
Tambor,
Jewel.
that's a tough one because
That's
neither
actually a
of them
tough
go
one.
forward.
I mean, Sifo Diaz is beating the crackhead kid all day long, just
I
all
hope
day.
The crackhead kid
No.
comes out.
The crackhead kid, I'll cancel this whole
I
fucking
think
thing.
you'll cancel the
If
show.
crackhead kid wins, I'm just canceling the show. Then we'll look at the other bracket. Let's just go down to the last page of the other bracket so we can see what the other bracket looks like. The other bracket The other bracket's a lot tougher. High Republic bracket is tough. We might wait and do High Republic bracket, go over some of it next week, even though we've got
I think that Oak Lane Vis is going to take this. I think he's going to walk away with it.
Nah, my girl, Barish.
Good one, Jedi.
Where would Avon Staros be on this list if you could put her in now?
Not at all. The committee wouldn't let it on the list.
Reseed.
No, absolutely not.
Avon Staros, come on, that's not fair.
Yo,
Everybody Seeker's way. That's
such a
messed
cool
up.
character.
Dude, he already wants to fuck this side up by saying that the Dank should be fighting the Twinkle sisters for the championship. So I'm not doing that. We're not doing that.
We might
we should
do that.
No, I'm telling you, people like Barash. They thought you were off your rocker. I think Barash is going to kind of go.
Barash, I told you, Barash. That's my girl.
Yeah, she's going to be sneaky.
She's a one seed. How sneaky is a one seed winning? She's gonna be sneaky as a one seed. Like that's
one
like
seed's that for a while. One seed's never won, so it is sneaky to win the whole thing. To win the whole thing. Do you watch basketball at all, AC?
Yes, I watch basketball. I went to Duke. Yeah, I've been watching. I know plenty about college basketball.
Yeah, well, Coach K's not.
Michigan
Coach K's not been there and is there anymore, and he's not. Christian Leitner ain't coming through that door anytime soon. So let's go.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Talk about this all day.
Let's go.
I got superiority here on you.
It's garbage. Rowe might be able to go. That's going to be a weird bracket down there.
There we go. I got Blue Devils right here for you.
Nobody cares.
Everybody
How many
cares.
championships did you guys buy? All of a sudden, Syracuse needed one. All of a sudden, Syracuse needed one with Mello. They bought one too. You know what I mean? And then all of a sudden, Cal gets there and Duke's not so good anymore. What happened? Oh wait, all the Duke players are going to play for Kentucky. Okay, I see it. All right. Anyways, let's get through this. Anybody in here that you guys are really LeBron? If LeBron goes on anywhere, I'm going to be disappointed. But I don't actually. Unfortunately, most of these characters in High Republic just aren't hitting home.
No,
like all the new ones they introduce.
I agree.
They're just not doing well. So, cheaters. What are we cheating about? Was the best actor for George of the Jungle. Why are we talking about George of the Jungle?
He won the best actor for his portrayal
Oscars.
in the whale.
The Oscars on tonight? Oh.
What was it called?
What whale? What are we talking about?
Oscars.
The Oscars.
The Oscars, Academy Awards. I don't know.
Who
won Best
man.
Picture? I don't even. Who won Best Picture?
You know what, dude? I don't.
It's still on right now, I think.
I don't think I would care, to be honest.
I finally saw that movie. Everybody, they keep touting over on SNS. Holy!
What
crap.
movie? Cocaine Bear.
Everything, everywhere, all at once, or something like that.
I want to see. We're gonna watch
God, that was a weird movie, man.
Funny. What do you expect from SNS?
Come on, man.
I'm not gonna say it was a bad movie, but holy shit, man!
It's got to be weird. It's got to be strange.
They drink Faygo, they wear Jankos, and listen to ICP. What do you expect them to be watching, bro?
I've seen that movie like 5 times. I was like, holy
who?
Shit.
Yeah.
Damn.
Sam plays dodgeball. Just saying. Yeah.
I mean, it was okay. It was a good movie. It probably deserves to win. It probably deserves to win Best Picture. It wasn't, but man, it was weird.
I love the SNS crew, but I mean that it's a lovable train wreck over there. You're watching that to see the cars collide.
That's why I watch. That's why I watch it.
That's 100% why you're watching that show. Like, you do know that. Like, you watch SNS to see the tomfoolery and shenanigans and like, oh, there's going to be a train crash. By the way, we got violated again. Sticks, change the damn music. Whatever you guys are doing over there, we're sick of getting hit with violations. Seriously, Sticks, change the music. All right, do it. Yeah, give us a watch and post. Yeah, or live. Right. Check out the train wreck that is SNS. Please do.
All right. So next week we got another book. We got a game we're going to try to review. Here we got 2 comics.
Yeah,
and 2 shows. We're gonna do it all.
We're gonna get it all done. Next we will because
when y'all start playing card games on here, I'm like,
well, we might just overview it and then we might tape a card game of us playing. So
I really don't know because it really does take like supposedly 30 minutes to play a game.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Maybe we'll find some time where we can tape it because we're gonna need some Easter content.
Hey,
because no offense, but I'm not getting on here for Easter.
I gotta let you.
I'm getting on here. I'll get on here.
Friday.
Sticks, are you kidding me?
I'm sorry, I won't be able to do the show on Friday.
We are getting on here for Easter without you, Marco, because that is celebration. Celebration is taking place that weekend, and I know I got tons of things to do, but we got to review what's going on.
Live on Easter?
What?
Live on Easter?
What are we gonna do? Are you not gonna review Celebration?
Dude, we celebrate both Greek Orthodox Easter and Catholic Easter.
I got more than you. I can guarantee you that. I got more than you.
No, you don't.
I can make it happen
because I get shit-faced drunk starting at
I don't do
8
that.
in the morning.
That's not work.
That's a things to do. Do you know how hard it is to get shit-faced drunk from 8 a.m. till midnight? It's hard as shit to stay drunk all day long. That takes a lot of effort. Yes, to maintain. It does.
It's good. We're gonna make it happen. You're gonna be drunk on the show then, but that's
Marco sets like a stopwatch, like every hour. He knows exactly how much.
Something like that. But Jedi, Friday, my niece got the lead in Beauty and the Beast.
Oh, congratulations!
Hey.
So I have to go see her perform on Friday. The show is at 7:30.
Well, Dom, I think you need to get your priorities straight, my friend. That's all I can say.
Yeah, really.
Yeah.
You Dom.
It's in the SNS chat, the Google chat sticks. Get on it.
Unless you want to do a tape show on Tuesday, and then we put it on. We just have a tape show and then come back.
We'll talk about it. We'll talk about it. I feel like
y'all realize we're not in the post show yet.
I know.
We're hitting the end button, so we're just gonna keep going around and round.
Let's get out of here. Sticks, please stop getting us demonetized. Check out all the great shows. I don't know what Pete has going on. Oh my God, they want to do something. If I would suggest this is probably, if you're going to skip a week at TAC, this might be the one, because all the ideas that have come through, I just threw my hands up in the air and said, not this week, boys. I don't know what we're going to do. So probably check out TAC because it's going to be a train wreck this week. Make sure you're checking out the boys over at MCM.
It can't be worse than Spices. It can't be.
Dude, I can't believe I got talked into doing Spices.
Spices the fuck.
God damn, Spices is so fucking bad.
You didn't talk about the spices from Star Wars? That spice?
No.
If you missed Mail Call Madness, go back and do their segment.
I know.
CGC.
Yeah, watch. Yeah, I don't understand.
We had a good discussion. Steve Horn was on Friday, and we had a good discussion about CBCS versus CGC. It was an honest discussion, and
I asked Doc before the show, and I was like, okay.
Well,
so
listen,
go watch it.
A tier on cookies next week.
We're not doing cookies. Yeah, I can't. No, we got to do real things.
Cookies.
We can't be doing. People want us to tier like off-brand pop drinks and stuff. I can't do it anymore. So, yeah.
Bubblicious.
It's better than like people buying things on eBay for pop drinks to like 30 years old that you did that one time.
No, we keep doing that. No, we do that. We're world of what's selling on the internet. That shit's hilarious.
It's funny.
It's pretty good. But no, I think the spice one wasn't as bad. The fast food one, because I haven't had fast food. Like I haven't eaten fast food in a decade.
Yeah,
so
fast
like
food's relatable. Spice is the hell.
I understand, but like it was hard for me to do because I was going like, well, I don't know. Like I thought Taco Bell got rid of its menu or whatever.
Petra Farm crackers. Yeah, you have Ritz.
Different crackers. You want them?
I'll tell you what you need to do, man. If you want an idea, have Pete right before the show. We can't do it right before the show. Have Pete open up his refrigerator, take a picture of what's inside his refrigerator, and then you guys tier list everything in his.
Yeah, we should. That's funny. Do you know that he
week-old chicken
does
salad?
That? Do you know 3 years ago he did eat Hot Pockets regularly? After,
I was gonna say nothing but Hot Pockets and ramen.
It's out of his house. It's out of his house. He for a year has not had any Hot Pockets in his house. Believe it or not. I do. 100%. No, 100% believe it. Yeah.
Now, let me tell you something.
I need a cholesterol test before
that's leftover macaroni salad. I don't know. It looks like chicken.
I think you need to tier list all of the Detroit Lion quarterbacks of the last 20 years. That's what you
go. That's a good one. That's gonna be too long.
We get like Scott Mitchell's arm, and that's it. And then you get John Kitten. John Kitten is a straight DA. He's a top G, as the kids are saying nowadays. Dude, I was eating dinner at a pretty fancy restaurant. Yeah, Dan Orlowski's nice though. I was eating and Kitno was coming in, and it was the year that he was actually doing good. And his arm candy, Like he was sitting right next to us. So eventually, like, you know, we try not to be rude, but you just talk to him eventually. So like, you're like, oh, hey, what's going on? Da, 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 da. And the guy that I'm sitting with is like, that's a really good looking woman you got there. Like, you're an idiot, dude. Don't say some dumb shit like. But he was nice. Kidno was really nice. And Orlowski's a nice kid too.
Speaking of which, I noticed AJ McCarron plays in the XFL now.
Yeah, right. Yeah, Harrington was okay, but he was weird. He was really weird. I'm not going to tell you what my opinion of Stafford or his family is, but not a big fan. I was okay with the trade. What? You don't want to rank? We talked about the bums the fucking Cowboys had on their team.
I don't want to talk about the Cowboys either. I know I wasn't here for the whole 3-hour show, but I'm ready to go anyway.
We got 26 seconds.
We got 26 seconds. Other quarterbacks, Scott Mitchell was.
You know what you should do?
Hey, Scott Mitchell liked to have a good time. He liked to have a good time. That's all I'm gonna say about Scott Mitchell. What?
It would be a fun tier sports related list is like old teams, like that have moved or something.
Oh, that might be
like,
nice.
Yeah, it used to be like the Seattle SuperSonics, and they're not.
Now. Can we do coaches that coached NFL teams and also drove through a Wendy's with no clothes on?
Yes.
Yes.
Gonna be a quick list though.
That's one person happened to us. Can we get coaches who got into a fight in Excalibur trying to drive the Excalibur car away? Huh?
Would you rank that person S tier because they're the only one that did it?
I'm done.
Winning record. He had a winning record. He was 3-2. All right, have a good night. Let me do the exit stuff. He did have a winning record.